Hey, welcome everyone. How's it going? My name is Lauren. I am joined by the truth in Verum, and this is HeroesHype Amateur Series 81, I believe. We have been doing it for a minute.
weeks. Dude, that's crazy.
How you doing tonight in Verum?
I'm good, man. I got my coffee going, getting my energy back, excited. Had a bit of a long day, but now just ready to cast some heroes, hang out with you, bud. Always a good time here at HeroesHype, the OG amateur tournament. Always a pleasure to be back.
We've been doing it since the beginning, man. HeroesHype, the long-standing mainstay tradition of the Heroes of the Storm North American amateur scene, and we're looking to expand that, I do believe. So we're going global here before long. But we have a fun night of casting ahead of us. 14 teams signed up. A lot of new names and new faces. It's always exciting to get some new blood in here. You yourself can jump in. Every Wednesday night, the amateur series is going to be a whole thing. Free agents. Plenty of free agents looking to get involved, join the Discord and things like that. Get involved in the community. We got a good little thing going on over here. But we've heard from our good old-fashioned Argonaut now in Verum. Our good old-fashioned Argy, you know?
I believe we now have a command for that in chat.
They just don't make him like that guy anymore, man. Dude, Argy was cutting up during the sound check when we got started. I sent out a tweet with a clip. Argy's in rare form tonight. He'll be holding down the production and the ops duties for the evening. Incredible guy. A monument to the community, man. Always a good time hanging out with this dude.
Oh, yeah. No, the guys putting work. All the people behind the scenes over at HeroesHype are putting in work. We have the best admins in the scene, hands down. The work these guys and ladies put in is incredible. All the amazing partnerships, the graphics, the planning, the running of the tournaments, the organization, getting everyone together, the promotion, social media. It's incredible. And, you know, especially after dealing with some different stuff of late in terms of the running of tournaments, it always is nice to come home to HeroesHype and appreciate just how much better it is. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Reading between the lines and the subtext. Understood, sir. Understood. But like I said, we got 14 teams lined up for the shenanigans this evening. First matchup we'll be following tonight's going to be Team Numerics going up against TQ. We'd be remiss to leave out the other teams that are involved. So we got Lit Gaming, LYT Gaming. I'm just going to say Lit Gaming. Deckard Paynes, I believe that's the Heroes of the Dorm team. We saw them in action back in California, good sir.
Yes, we did. Yeah, Dartmouth, Fuzzy.
Yep. 2+2. Who is this team now? I'm hoping we get to see them tonight. Who is this team's a pretty sharp squad. They actually took down Flamers Lane one week in HeroesHype Temple Storm, so they're no joke. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely not it. That's wow. Okay.
That's no small feat, to say the least. Stun to Death, Fratres, so that we might have some international presence there. I feel like that's Spanish. Could be wrong. I don't know.
Could be wrong.
The LAN party, watch Apex stream. Team Numerics, like we said, Team G Bravo, Team Cynics.
I've always said Cynics. That's just me personally.
Hero 12 Gaming and Oversoul. We could be naming your team's name here in a future HeroesHype Amateur Series. Get involved. But we have heard from our good old-fashioned Argy. TQ have taken Forehead Junction off the board. RIP.
Oh boy. I can't really say I'm complaining about that, especially the way the map rotations are right now, and just experiencing that map more than we normally do. It's just like, oh, there's a reason why teams banned this map. There's a reason why. No, I mean it's all right. It just feels like obviously it's different in competitive play, but in Hero League particularly, if your team is not all on the same page, it is so punishing just because of the sheer length of the rotations. And heck, even in competitive play, if you get behind, it is very hard to stabilize. So we also get a ban on Braxis, so no StarCraft maps for you, and TQ picks up Dragonshire.
Ooh. I like that battleground a lot. I mean, to be honest, in Verum, Warhead Junction's kind of grown on me as both a player and a caster. It can be something of a cheesy prospect because it's like you can avoid the full 5v5. If you have some kind of siege strategy, you can definitely kind of play around your opponent. And that's a large part of why that battleground gets taken off the board. But if you want to see some innovative, surprising styles of play, Warhead Junction kind of enables that. But to an extent, as does Dragonshire. Dragonshire has some shenanigans involved as well.
I've always loved Dragonshire, and I think it stems all the way back from early beta, watching Tempo Storm take out what used to be way like old Tuark, like ancient Tuark, like OG Tuark, in some of the most dominant, convincing play. I mean, taking keep before taking fort in bot lane, like crazy stuff. And just, weird stuff. And it was really one of the first times I saw a team just completely dominate a macro game in such a complete and total fashion. And it for me really was like, wow, this is the potential of what Dragonshire can be. So that was really like an eye opener. I've always loved the map. I've always loved the focus rotations, the heavy team fights, the fact that teams need to have perfect communication because like it can be milliseconds that you need to hold that top shrine. Even if you die, we're gonna get the DK and we can push. Like it comes down to having faith in your team, trust in what you can do. And obviously that's really important in competitive heroes.
To say the very least, rotations are important. I've seen some strategies where people treat the battleground like it's Brax's holdout. And they just have like Ariel, Zarya, and they just never leave the bot lane and just establish some kind of overwhelming amount of pressure. Who picked the TQ have selected Dragonshire? The shot caller of that team isn't shy because the nuance of this battleground could definitely make Dragonshire something of a hodgepodge response. If you don't have a plan going in, you don't just show up, load on the map, and treat it like it's quick match. Not competitive, coordinated heroes. So I think we're going to see some sharp play out of these guys.
Yeah, I would agree. You don't go to Dragonshire unless you're feeling confident in what your team can do. And it's exciting because we often get to see some different, little more unconventional strategies pop up. Like, as you mentioned, not being afraid to just bully a lane, pull out the RL, go for the wave, but also then do some cheesy push stuff. Macro plays, obviously hugely important as well, especially for Merc timings. Combined with that, the global presence it's always going to play a factor in the draft. So definitely keep an eye on that. It's overall, I think it's one of the maps where you can see a lot of really rich, diverse strategies, and obviously, gotta love that as well. So I think it and Sky Temple, I think we see some of the most rich, diverse strats on, and I feel like I haven't seen a lot of Sky Temple games of late. Maybe that's just my imagination, but
it has kind of fallen off.
Yeah,
it definitely has. Pickle D said, shout out the Hero 12's Ozzy. Okay. Get involved. Let them know in the crowd you're looking for him. Definitely let these guys know that you're out here supporting them. While we're getting ready, we're looking for the first lobby of the night. We've heard from our good old-fashioned Arnie to that degree. While we're getting that ready, consider signing up and subscribing to the HeroesHype channel. We're working our way towards our next emote. We have a pretty cool selection of emotes. NA LOL is definitely a pastime of sorts. We have been invited into a lobby, and all the proceeds go towards a party at BlizzCon. Miriam, I believe you'll be there in Anaheim early November.
I'm getting there in October.
Fair enough.
I know. Yeah, no, I'll absolutely be there. It's going to be an absolute blast. I'm so stoked for this. It's my first BlizzCon. I know you're a seasoned veteran, but
I've been there one time.
It's one more time than me.
That's fair. So definitely consider doing it. I'm subbed to the channel. I can drop a HeroesHype NA LOL in the chat right now if I really wanted to. All right. RU's letting them know we're ready. I'm ready. Believe we're all ready. Now we're doing this through Argyvision as I'm gonna start calling it, because he's handling the production and switching the scenes and stuff. I just press go and hang out, start talking about video games. So I'm happy with that.
Absolutely.
Ready here.
I don't have to observe. I'm happy, which is good because my middle mouse button's broken. I'm getting a new mouse tomorrow, but I can't observe. So I'm very glad I don't have to do the scrolly bits.
See,
quite pleased.
HeroesHype has spoiled me because all right, we were switching over, and look at it. It's Argy-Vision, man. You can't beat this.
Easy.
But yeah, I was casting some chair league last night, living my life, and I was like, wait, I don't have an observer. This feels bad. I'm like, wait, I gotta. Never missed Argy more. But
Seriously, like even casting this versus casting like the open, you don't appreciate how much of your brain is spent. Even when we casted dorms like live, you don't appreciate how much of your brain is spent running the observer so you don't have to do it. It's legit 25% of your brain. Because I feel like I cast so much better when I have an observer. I don't know about you, man, but it's hands down, it's infinitely better.
I would have to agree. I mean, I would conservatively say when I'm casting and I have to do obs, like 17+% of my brain power goes to obs. So to have someone take that part of it out of the equation, much appreciated. But looks like no one's gonna be appreciating Stitches' presence on the map. Team Numerics are gonna go ahead and take him off the board. He just wanted to play, man.
Stitches wanna play. He just wanted to bring some people in and have some fun, as you do. Question: who is on which side here?
On the left is Team Numerics. On the right will be TQ. Yeah, I'm actually gonna type that up and let myself know that. I have the luxury of being able to see the names on OBS, so yeah, I feel you there. But the Ariel ban is gonna take one of the really strong options, not only on this battleground, but in the overall meta off the board. We might see a prioritization further from TQ to take like Uther or something in there 1-2 if he's not snapped up right now, and try to put the screws to Team Numerics on the support.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We've often seen a lot of support prioritization, support choke, especially now that we have a little bit more. I want to say, a part of me wants to say diversity in the support meta, but then the other part of me is like, no. We just have more good supports to choose from, but it also means we have more bad supports, unfortunately. So locking in that in early, the Draft.Start first pick, not really a surprise here, something we've seen time and time again. So not surprised to see that. So many great pairings with the TAS. Wouldn't be surprised to see a support pick on the other side as well, and also probably denying that. Greymane is still a popular pickup here. Look towards the Warriors as well. Is Garrosh on the table? I feel like he is.
I'm pretty sure he's in there this week. I mean, he's going to be there for the HGC this weekend or whenever they start back up. So I wouldn't be surprised if Garrosh shows up. I'd be real curious to see how he fares here at HeroesHype. But like you said, with Draft.Start being picked up, Ariel was the first ban. I feel like TQ's more or less contractually obligated to take a support here. They could very well find themselves dealing with like Avala and Uther or something like that in a 2-3 for Team Numerics. That'd be a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, that would be really solid based on the support lineups. Oh, wow. Heavy prioritization on the Assassins. There's the global we were talking about. Also, Bud, we gotta give a big shout out to the dad himself, Mantis, with that epic resub, and Bamet Gaming as well for the subscription.
Hey,
boy, hey, Mantis. Oh boy, if you guys aren't familiar with the myth, the man, the Mantis, you should make yourself acquainted. I'm just saying.
It's pretty good guy. Pretty good guy.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for the subs, boys. And it looks like Garrosh is not permitted in tonight's tournament.
He is not. Okay. Okay.
Today I learned.
No epic lobs today. That's
dude,
unfortunate though.
In HeroesHype Live last night, we were talking about Garrosh for a while, and I got a new one, man. I don't know what the exact name for it is, but Abathur Garrosh, right? It's the old pitch and catch. You just have two Garroshes throwing somebody back and forth. Have that old Sunday afternoon pitch and catch with your dad throwing the ball around.
Oh,
I need to make this happen. I need this in my life. Dahaka and Cassia need to be in Team Numerics' life, apparently. They don't go for their second support. They see False down the other side of the aisle. They decide to go for Dahaka, get the global themselves, strong solo laner. And Cassia can definitely get some value paired with Tassadar.
Oh, absolutely. No. Lauren, I want to build on what you just said. I need the clone of the Garrosh, and then I need Garrosh to throw the clone forward. He then grabs someone and throws them, an enemy, back. but like the ultimate pitch and catch, but with an additional oh, that's what I need. I mean, also, or just keep them in a perma stun lock, caught between them. That would also be hilarious. I would accept both. Happily accept either. I just had this amazing, like throwing a garage over a wall and then him tossing someone back and just being like, "You're mine now."
Dude, could you imagine? You like Garrosh ally throws the Garrosh clone over the wall, and then the clone throws somebody back.
Yeah. If I don't see that in HGC, I'm gonna be super disappointed. Somebody with not a lot to lose. I'm looking at you.
I need this to happen. If not in HGC, I'll make sure it happens myself. But Arthas is gonna be the ban. Team Numerics look across the board and they're like, all right, well, they don't have a warrior or a support. So we're kind of ahead on the old curve there. Illidan pairs well with an Uther, you know, give him Divine Shield. Strong single target healing. I definitely think they're going to try to enable the Illidan, but apparently the Angel of Death is a consideration as well.
Well, they're going to be going double warrior, so I'm not really surprised there. I imagine they're going to pick up something beefy for their second warrior, probably like a... I wouldn't be surprised actually if Murden's picked up here for TQ. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Johanna coming out for that even additional wave clear and just really own those rotations. Between the Fend, the Psystorm, and a Condemn, it would be really, really solid wave clear here. And the Blinds, of course, would pair really, really well with that Cassie. I think I actually would have banned the Johanna ahead of the Arthas here, as good as Arthas is right now, just because of that blind synergy. So wouldn't be surprised if they picked up, unless it's picked up by TQ here, but Murden would also be a very good option. Lots of high engage, lots of ability, good lockdowns there. And with the Uther, it would be a stellar combination.
I'm going to have to agree. I mean, the Arthas adds further value to Illidan. Illidan players don't like dealing with being slowed down. I get it, but yeah, I agree with you. There are potentially other options to take off the board. We see a Nubalisk along with Uther getting showed up, so they're going to have a good amount of engage and lockdown themselves. The global presence of Falstad and likely Illidan as well with the Hunt is definitely going to make positioning a thing and important for Team Numerics. You get caught out there, suddenly it's a 1v3 out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think I'd like to see a Rhaegar here just for the cleanse. Yeah, I think that would go a long way. Stukov is an option, but I feel like into this draft, it's just not going to get necessarily the same value. Though the silence into the Illidan, it's potential. I just feel like the Rhaegar will get a little bit more worth here. The only thing I'm seeing the issue for TQ is their distinct lack of wave clear. Again, if the Johanna's picked up here, Rhaegar as well, that is a lot of wave clear. And I feel like they're going to fall behind early. They're going to need to make up for it by fighting like absolute madmen. But a lot of it falls in the back of this Cassia player, though. Like, she's going to be the solo DPS for her squad. So she really needs to deliver here.
I agree. We're going to see Varian and Stewie show up. You theorize the Stukov pick. I think Rhaegar and Stukov both are fine choices in this situation. Cleanse might have been pretty neat. But have you had a chance to see Sophis Stukov?
I haven't.
The young Sophie knows how to play the Russian Zerg, man. It was a pretty good time. But Varian's going to bring in some lockdown. That should set things up. The old bump set and spike for Cassia to jump in with the Finn and take somebody down. But you're right, man. This is the Cassia show for real on the side of Team Numerics.
Yeah, a lot is resting on her shoulders there. I understand the taunt for the Illidan. Really solid. Catch him out. Lock him down. Easy peasy. Definitely understand that. Still okay amounts of wave clear on their side. Obviously reduced a little bit now, but still not too bad. As terms of a last pick here, I think a second warrior is in order. I almost wonder if now that Johanna is like not a bad pick for them. They've got a Soul Laner in the Falstad, or even Illidan potentially in that matchup. But the blinds against Cassia, but it's actually triple.
Huh.
That is so much CC. That is every CC.
That is
that's a lot.
Well, you know, we were talking about the merits of potentially having more wave clear, more frontline. Team Numerics could have gone for Johanna. No, they want to jump in somebody's face with Variant's taunt. Like, maybe they need another frontline, some wave clear for TQ. That's something they're kind of short on. Kael'thas addresses that to an extent, but in Variant, this feels like it's going to be one of those Migo face, Smork early game death matches. These teams look like they're ready to go at it.
Yeah, TQ is the death ball. with the emphasis on death. That's really what their draft is about. It's just let's fight early. And man, the other side is all about that late game. Cassia, Stukov, Varian, Tassadar. Oh my god, if they don't lose too much early and if they can get post 13, post 16, that is going to be an absolutely terrifying. Team Numerics is going to be horrendous to deal with late game. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, the onus in a lot of ways will be on TQ to really put themselves out there and throw their weight around in the early game. They got to find picks. They got to get level 10, get Mighty Gus for isolation. I feel like the hunt is going to be the way to go here. But here we go. First game of the night. On the left side, we have Team Numerics. It's going to be Flyest Raven on Tahaka. Juggernaut is on Tassadar. Fast as easy. I guess he just rolled his face on the keyboard. He's playing Varian. Vin is on Cassia, and Caesar Salad is going to round it out on Stuko.
Yes, indeed. On the other side, we have TQ. We have Redian playing a Nubarak. We have Woven on Illidan. Fatal on Falstad. Chu Man Chu. Elthas and Renray playing Uther. Server should be central. We're on Western. That is a problem because that is a drastic difference in ping. That's like a 40 ping difference.
Yeah, we might be old remake time. Looks like people are bowing out of the game, so we're gonna go ahead and restart things.
Yep.
Not a big deal. To the layman, it may feel like Central Western is not a big deal. Rip or 10. But no, I mean, there's a reason why some teams in HCC are called LAN teams. Having a 0 millisecond ping allows you to have so much more crisp control over your character. Those mechanically skilled players and heroes like Vala, Tracer to a degree, being able to dodge skilled shots and whatnot. It has a huge impact. So 40 milliseconds, that could be the difference between victory and defeat.
It is significant, especially when you're on the East Coast, because we no longer have US 10, US East. It's gone. It bit the dust, and they never told us what happened. And no matter how many people I talk to at Blizzard, I never get an answer as to why. Never. I tried at the summit, man. I tried to get an answer, and I did not.
That's the real milk carton right there.
Yeah.
I always talk about the gorge Medivh teleport combo is the milk carton. Ooh. No, it's really US East on the milk box. Have you seen me?
Dude, it's been like a year and a half. It's been like a year and a half, and we still don't know.
One day he'll crawl out of the well. He'll be back. I believe. But we're already back in the lobby. But
yeah.
Looks like there's one extra person.
In Spanish?
Swap fasted with genre. Who?
Yeah, genre casting.
I think he's an admin. Or is he doing Spanish? Oh,
he's admin. Okay.
Oh, he's all right. He's admin. Okay. All right, going global.
I feel like there was a genre in the South American scene who used to come in a bunch. I feel like that's a thing.
Today I learned. But yeah, we don't need to do the draft or anything like that again. They're just gonna directly select their heroes.
Comes justice.
Easy.
From order comes justice.
And justice demands retribution.
I'd be curious to hear what Tassadar and Stukov have to say to each other loading in the game. That'd be pretty funny.
It's something in Russian. I could not tell you. For a good friend Stukov, it's difficult.
Dude, the other day, I learned that Stukov has a voice line where he's like, some say I forget what it exactly is, but it's a quote from Street Fighter, the movie, man. And he was like, what? Yeah, it's like the day Stukov came and infested your team, it was the worst day of your life, but for me, it was Tuesday. Dude, I lost it. I was like, Blizzard, I had to tweet him. I was like, Blizzard, man, y'all are doing the right thing out here with this.
Y'all are doing the Raven Lord's work, I have to say. All right, take two. We are back. We've introduced the players. We've introduced the teams. They're on the right side. They're on the right map. They're definitely swapped sides. I lied. So you
really, yeah.
TQ's on the left now, and the other team is on the right. I can't remember their name offhand because I don't have that in front of me, and I can't change it now.
So Team Numerics is on the right.
Yes.
And then, okay.
Alright.
The old-fashioned argue with the quick... Alright.
I love that Anuber. He's a bug. Yeah, Anuber. What's the actual name of that skin again?
Anubalist? Early action out of the gate. Varian isolates himself from his team. He's looking to get this party started. A 1v3 is not going to deter Faster. I'm stepping back. His so far has been pretty low for his trouble, though. No threat of a takedown.
Yeah, you know, there's a decent amount of beef here in the early game on both sides. Honestly, this has to be a big lineup of damage coming out from TQ right now. If they can get on the same page, that's really solid. Speaking of getting on the same page, both teams are on the same rotation. Surprisingly enough, though, actually behind in the rotation is the side of Numerics, despite the fact that I actually think they do have... You know what? That wave clear is actually... The Kael'thas did bring out, it did round that out quite a lot here though as well. And interesting part of the Falstad in mid lane, this actually gives more versatility to the global. And I actually like putting Illidan up in that solo lane. He does quite well in that matchup, all things considered. And it gives Falstad additional options for rotation, top or bot where he's needed.
Yeah, because Falstad's more of a global with an asterisk by him. He can't fly across the entire battleground, but allowing him to hang out mid affords him that full global presence to where he can be a threat as needed. Falstad can secure a takedown somewhere else, fly up with the dragon. So I definitely like this idea of having him more towards the center. Rinray ready and Stu Manchu starting to force members back. But the 3-on-3 matchup looks to be pretty even right now.
Yeah, overall pretty straightforward so far. Like we said, it's all about the back of that Cassia. Vin's really got to dish out that damage and just keep it consistent. Obviously, it's not like Ariel winning that Hope Generator. So it's a little bit of different sort of prioritization on there. But with a Stukov and a Tassadar, you've got that initial burst healing to keep her alive and to self-heal. But then when you really need that big boy heal, Stukov will drop that as well. Obviously, it's on a pretty big cooldown, but no, it is a big boy heal.
Make no mistake about it, especially if he goes for the talent at level 4, Vigorous Reuptake. He does take that at 4, and if he completes that, that's going to be a... considerable.
Oh no, that is
left there, but
spectating me then. Don't spectate me.
Rip. All right, Siege Camp does get taken up.
Yeah, don't spectate me then. Oh boy, my bad. Oh god, you were spectating me that whole time. That's not good.
Oh, I was following the action. Looks like I think we're on argue here. The clean sweeps of the camera. This definitely this screams argue.
Yes, indeed. I had to alt-tab and it reset everything, and then I lost it, and I was like, well, this is my life now. So I just I accepted the fact that I was observing for myself in this game. But it is as you do. So apologies to the chat there for the sudden decision to check out the fountain on the blue side of the map. But overall, both teams now just macroing up quite a bit here. And so far, neither team with a really distinct advantage here. Both are giving each other quite a bit of respect, honestly, on the back and forth. Neither one wants to pick up this first death.
Yeah, both of these teams have enough sustain in the early game to where it's going to take some kind of real forward positioning to secure the first blood of the game. Then is pretty much a tank when they're hanging out with Tassadar and Stukov. Like you said, that big boy heal is going to be there at the ready. So as long as they play their cards correctly, they don't have too much to worry about. But this Siege Camp definitely shift things in the favor of TQ. As long as that's hanging out there, that's going to be pressure on the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Now, you know, it's really all about can Fatal force Fazda out of lane. I mean, if he can do that, he can secure this first DK of the game. That's actually massive. Up in the top lane, the Fire Straight will do a very good job of trying to lock that in the middle and connecting on the tongue. He's going to have to get himself out of there. But really solid control now going back towards the way of the blue team here. So, again, really solid effort here across the board, and he needs to be careful in this mid lane. Fatal can actually solo him out quite easily here. Does he have another parry? Yes, he does. That shield wall, but it's not going to be enough. That is a dead Varian. No questions asked. One more auto. Wait, what?
Fatal?
Oh, the juke vision in the life. Oh my god, Fatal made a fatal error.
Oh no, Falstad, Fatal, you gotta step into the bush, man, get that last auto attack. But that's some crisp micro play from Fazda. Compliments to the chef on that one. Somehow manages to stay alive, and he's back at half health. That's the difference. Playing with the vision there in that bush is the difference between death and the first Dragon Egg.
I need to apologize to that Varian player. I had counted him out, but he proved me wrong with a strict outplay there on the fall stat. Excellently done. Actually, helping him out there with those auto attacks with the fall stat. Bit of an error there. They're trying to put it through the shield block, or the shield wall. Not an ideal situation there. And delaying that out even longer. That's the red side. Beautifully done here. And overall, just really solid. And now, both shrines are going back to the red team. Caesar Salad and Friend in this bot lane are maximizing these heals to fullest potential, and they're looking solid. What a back and forth game.
Absolutely. The 3v3 matchup has been very interesting. We saw Tassadar low on health at one point, but now definitely looks like Team Numerics want to throw their weight around and start to lean forward. Stukov is making himself a known factor with that silence. Radiant's going to be able to sustain thanks to Ring Ray, but Uther's mana bar is getting pretty low, so at this rate, we might see TQ have to back off.
Yeah, and Numerics is interesting to look at this because those are two not very mana-intensive heroes in terms of Tass and Stukov, the fact that they can complement each other in that lane and just get the most value out of his autos here across the board in this case. Caesar Salad needs to be careful though, because if he gets caught with a stun, the rest of the team is actually the fall. That being said, it's actually Stu Manchu in the background that might be in some trouble, but a great turnaround here. Don't spread the chain bombs though. Easy.
Stu Manchu almost got caught forward, but low health bars will inspire a retreat of sorts for TQ. Both of these teams right around the corner from hitting level 10. Should shift the dynamics of these skirmishes quite a bit. Fall stack could look to fly up. Like I said, I'd imagine we would see the hunt. Woven could definitely get involved there. Fly's Raven's going to start taking this top shrine back. And the fall stack Varian war continues to wage here mid.
Yeah, but the longer this goes on, especially now post-10, Varian will actually have a bit of an advantage till 16 in that little matchup. But that being said, the rest of the team's rotating into mid lane, though. They have found him. Can they get a nice dodge? All the CC is not going to connect. Faz's play here, really solid. Vin needs to be careful, though. One stun connects to the end. The state heals are there, though. Nice wipes, though, pushing the rest of the team back. Super Salad there with the big clutch defensive kills. He's ready here. Can they get this there? And there is a big disengage with Mighty Gust. Nicely done. Chain lightning not getting max value as well. There's Huntsville in the back line, absolutely destroying the Stukov. Excellent target prioritization, and that is the first takedown.
And Baron, both of these teams have come out to play. This is very coordinated team fighting that we're seeing. Well-timed heroic from Stukov for the disengage. The follow-up stun on him is going to be enough to secure the first blood, and they might not be done yet. Woven is actually going to get taken down, trying to retreat. He's like, guys, I'm sorry, it was just a prank. But Team Numerics, they weren't yucking it up.
No, they weren't. Using the friend or foe to get himself out of there, jumping on the back of Stu Manchu, but it just was not enough. Fatal, very smartly rotated top, you know, just trying to get these shrines together, but wasn't able to make it work. Fly's Raven missing the tongue there. Fatal just like, please, bro, come at me. In the mid lane, very solid defense coming in. Look at these auto attacks from Vin. He is hitting like an absolute truck right now. Feeling the squishiness of his opponents, especially in this mid game, but as this goes on, like I said, I feel like this is just going to get more and more in favor of the side of Team Numerics here. This late game competition is scary.
Yeah, and it definitely looks to be somewhat difficult for a TQ to establish themselves. Yeah, they got the first blood, but there was a lot of heroics being traded out there. So how they approach the team plays, especially as the power spikes start to hit mid and late game, are going to be super important. Cassie is actually leading hero damage, 27,000, 3,000 ahead of Kael'thas, so that's not too shabby there. But have you seen Varian's build?
Let's take a look here. What is he? Oh, that's an interesting. Okay. Wow, that's not the standard build we're seeing here. Utilizing, you know, obviously the fact that he's the second warrior here, feeling like he can go for a little bit more utility here. I actually kind of like this coming out from him. It's almost something we see when you go into the OTK Varian build with the Colossus Smash. He did end up taking Taunt, obviously, into the Illidan, so interesting sort of hybrid build here coming out from him.
Yeah, I mean, the 1 in 7 talents do have a certain synergy. If he's able to auto-attack reliably, as he seemed to have been able to do, that does offer a good amount of sustain and forward-leaning ability, so I like it. Hunt goes in on a
Woven.
minion. Woven steps forward. Thankfully, that's a short cooldown, but, surprise.
Surprise indeed, but here comes the rotation, and we are probably going to have the taunt here. Yes, there it is, but the heals are going to be coming out. And Redian's like, that's fine, I'm a Nubarak. So, okay.
I can just hit this E key. It's very fancy. What happens is I just leave. One thing that Cassia is going to be short on in this 3v3 matchup is immediate burst to be able to take down the likes of Nubarak, especially with Uther hanging out there. So it was ambitious, but that wasn't going to turn into a take.
Yeah, I agree. And a part of me almost would have wanted her to go for the Valk and just go for the pull and try and find Kael'thas. The other rest of the team has got a lot of mobility. But if you can find Stu Manchu and blow him up in these fights, it's game over, man. It's game over. They do a Divine Shield, so never mind. That was the ball landing was definitely their call. On further reflection.
I don't know, man. I like Valkyrie. If you can use it at the back end of the team fight, which is actually kicking off in the bot lane, Divine Shield has to get used. Woven's going to make his surprise appearance on the back line. Caesar Salad's not a fan of that. He starts to back away. Woven making himself a nuisance, shifting his attention over to Tashdar, starts to back away, but Anubis finds himself on the front of a fast-moving windshield. He's first to fall.
Yes, indeed, and they want more here as the side of Numerics is pushing in here. Nice lift, though, catching out the Cassia. That blind connected. Actually, a big blind connected in the middle of that fight, and that was really one of the different figures there. But that's the big boy heal I'm talking about. There's the top. There's the silence fall. Beautiful disengage, though, from Fatal. That mighty gust was clutch because Stu Manchu was absolutely gone if they had not disengaged there. What a beautiful combination. The charge into the taunt with the silence follow-up from the Stukov. That's actually a dirty combination, Horn. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you got to watch out for. I didn't expect to see that. You're looking at the draft, you don't imagine you'll see that kind of synergy out of nowhere, but both of these teams definitely know how to get the most value out of these compositions. So it's been really exciting to see. Flyers Raven in the top lane finds himself in an interesting 1v2. Goes out for the long-range drag, use adaptation, feeling emboldened enough, buys time for Ben to make their appearance. He does miss the Q. There goes the taunt in on Fatal. Again, the faded matchup between Varian and Falstad wages on. Anubarak is gonna steal away the Dragonite in Verum.
Oh, milliseconds, so close. That swipe was an inch, a pixel from stopping that channel. Nicely executed here from the side of the TQ. They were looking in a bit of a rough spot here, but they have definitely recovered with grabbing this out. This is going to swing the XP towards the potentially, unless they can get this follow-up damage here. Nice disengage once again. The Mighty Guys pushing the team back. Beautifully done there once again from Fatal, getting himself out of a rough spot. Level 16 was going to be a huge advantage here, but now with Woven and friends pushing in, split soaking, getting the towers, prioritization of the bot lane, of course, here on Dragonshire, they're themselves in position to actually get 16, well, pretty much on par with their opponents, and deny that power spike.
And that's going to be huge because every advantage you can get in an evenly matched game like this is definitely going to work to your favor. Before level 16 goes up, though, Falstad does go down. Flyers Raven's going to try to get away. Bowman's on a chase. Two-man shoot, throws the flame strike out for posterity. Not going to connect. Level 16 advantage still here for the members of Team Numerics, who are responding rather well, all things considered, to this dragon.
Yeah, I would say really well executed here. Redian is going to be in a bit of a rough spot here. Oh, look at Fly's Raven's positioning, predicting it beautifully done. There's the follow-up, there's the taunt, and there's the D-shield forced to be blown here as well. So nicely done there from Renray to get Redian out of that situation. But that's a lot of commitment there. Both teams are going to try and trade this out now, but of course this is going to favor the late game comp, also pushing in that bottom lane, which is of course a prioritization lane here for Dragonshire.
Yeah, they come away at the bottom four, and again, when two teams are so evenly matched, every advantage you can get helps. Like forcing out the Divine Shield, that's going to allow Team Numerics to be that much more aggressive for these next skirmishes. That's going to be down for another 58 seconds or so. It could definitely be something to work to their favor. They're going to go for the Siege Camp down bot. Stu Manchu, Fatal going to pick up the, or Bruiser Camp down bot. Siege Camp snapped up in the bottom left. Do we see Team Numerics look to be aggressive?
Yeah, you know, I think we kind of gonna see them just sort of play out the rotations for the next one. But you know, one thing we haven't talked about a lot yet this game. Oh, hold on, that stop here. Woven has found some friends. The silence, the obliteration coming in there. Woven walked into the wrong push. There's a reason they call that the Bermuda Triangle. And Haloran, you want to talk about aggression? We're seeing it right now.
They're looking for it. They had the numbers advantage. There's the Mighty Gust early in the game, but the Cocoon did go out. Locked up Varian for a moment. He's on the charge. He's looking for the taunt. There's a stun from Uther to slow it down, but the nice silence from Stukov is going to turn into a swift 3 for nothing. Watch out for the silence.
There's a reason Caesar salad is my favorite kind of salad, and it's plays like that. Just positioning, knowing exactly where they had to run. That silence, Uther could not cast a damn thing. Feeling absolutely helpless as a support. Feels bad, man. Really well done there for Caesar Salad. And that was the thing I was actually just talking about before Illidan got picked, was the fact that I don't feel like we've really seen too many big, impactful cocoons this game. It was thrown out there, but Cassia with the Fend is just able to rip it right apart. And I don't feel like we've really seen a lot of impact with that heroic yet, especially because it can be so game-changing.
Absolutely. I mean, that last cocoon definitely felt like it was more on a downbeat of things. And it's really going to take some coordination with Kael'thas, Falstad, and Illidan to really capitalize on that isolation Obviously didn't work out there. Silence is a real thing from Stukov, but Fatal's gonna fly up, get the drag immediately. There's the elbow drop from Woven. Flies, does he have adaptation? He does, he uses it. Has the essence. I don't think he has, bro. Sorry, Doc. You're out. You're out, buddy.
Yeah, that was a rough situation to be in. A really smart play though coming up from TQ. Knowing that Ahaka was likely to go up solo, they brought out everybody with the double global potential that they have there with the Hunt. Fly. Yeah, that was pretty solid right there. They actually, you know, with level 20 around the corner, a keep down the bot lane, and Dragon Knight, that's how you win a game. So they actually kept themselves in this match with that play out there. Really solid. Varian has found some friends here in the bot lane. He needs to be careful, though, because he might actually be biting off a little bit more than he can chew. Oh, beautiful dodge, though, on the Hunt, though, from Juggernaut as well. But Varian is in a world of hurt right now. So Talent's going to be here. And he's going to have to push back. Yes, there it is. Get the rest of the team out of his face. The support play coming out from the side of Numerics. Really impressive this game.
Yeah, man, I'm more a fan of a balsamic vinaigrette salad, but you're starting to make a believer out of me. These heroics have been crisp and on time. Like you said, Tassar with the dimensional shift. The microplay is certainly there from both of these teams. Woven's been able to get outside of the tickle zone, not gonna be silenced. That didn't work out for him earlier when he was stuck in net. So he's looking to avoid all that.
Yeah, oh, I'm ever not calling it that now. That is absolutely amazing. Cassia located a shrine in the top lane. The red team's actually capturing both now. Interesting 5 penetration. Cassie needs to make sure to not find the opposing team at this point, because I think at this stage of the game can be massive. That being said, Haloran, level 20 is reached. This is a big point here for Team Numerics. If this is their time to shine, it is right now. Post 20, 2-level lead. This is where things get absolutely scary, especially if Uther and friends get picked here. They get found, so I mean, honestly, this is really their game to lose at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, another thing that's working out in their favor, the longer these team fights wage on, it's going to be catapults in the bottom lane to deal with. That's going to definitely apply some pressure. Fatal is going to fly down bot, ready in. Could find himself swarmed and surrounded. You know, Fast is looking for that charge taunt combination. Vin is not too far off either. Stu Manchu will start the siege camp. That could potentially be jumped on. Taskar's going to hang out mid. But, with their tier advantage, I'm actually surprised to see Team Numerics not make more of an issue.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well. It's really just Falstad sort of keeping the pace even here, especially post 20. That's one thing we haven't talked about yet, is that epic mount. It's the fact that Falstad can just get everywhere at a ridiculous speed. But Renray has found friends. There's the taunt, the beautiful engage though as well. And is Renray going to fall here? Great damage, the drag. Yes, that is Uther down. He does not have redemption yet, so that is massive. That is the pick they needed. They found it. They committed. Beautiful rotation. Woven is trying to keep him in this game right now, trying to soak from 20. But depending on how this global works out here, maybe too little too late. They are 47 seconds of their support.
And that's huge. I mean, Varian's going to go down here, ready and in. Fatal looking to put screws to him. There's the shout, though. He's going to try to hang on. There's the taunt as well. Fatal hits Z to barrel roll. Woman's going to show up. Falstad will drop. Again, no support's a big problem. There's one swipe from Stukov. Stu Manchu's going to be the next target. Illinen goes down, leaving just the bug alive. Radiant's leg, guys. I should go.
I have made a huge mistake, says the bug. And if they can get the char— oh, nice disengage. That impale. I think it's still GG, but either way, really nicely done here. We do have that Dark Archon coming in as well, so Juggernaut's going to be just smashing away indefinitely here. And Lauren, I think that's going to be GG, especially with an Uberak not falling, but either way, I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, that's just padding stats at that point, whether Nubarak goes down or not. With 4 heroes down this late in the game, the core is going to go down to 20% and falling. There's a Nubarak. We got him, boys. All right, game 1 will go over to Team Numerics. And in Verum, this is just game 1.
Yeah.
This is the start of the night, and these teams are playing lights out Heroes of the Storm. I'm impressed.
Seriously, so am I. Like, I'm familiar with a lot of the players in this game, but this is the highest level I've seen any of them individually play at. Despite the fact that it was 11 kills to 2, that was actually a fairly even game. That early game was actually super back and forth. That bot lane, the tri-lane battle was really solid from both squads. We saw some great picks, some great engage, a lot of solid macro play, beautiful rotations, great utilization of the globals. We saw some decisive shot calling, and in the end, just a little bit better team fighting with a better late game composition. And that was really the difference maker for Team Numerics. If TQ, I think, had pushed their advantage a little bit harder in the early game, I think they could have come out on top there. Lauren, that was just a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 2 teams that are able to go toe-to-toe like that, use their heroics in impactful moments, it comes down to capitalizing on the slightest mistakes. All game, Fatal's Mighty Gusts were more or less perfectly timed and on point, but that last Mighty Gust that was, what, a half a second late to save Uther? Uther gets taken down right as the Mighty Gust goes out. That created an avalanche effect to where they were not able to fight at full force in the bot lane over that shrine, and then they lost all those heroes. And you don't want to just, like, I'm not trying to point out just, one player, but when both of these teams play that well, it's going to come down to the slightest things having huge repercussions like that. If Uther was still alive, we might still be talking about the game right now.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that his positioning was caught. He was in a bush with his team. It's just that he happened to be the one they went on. Dahaka burrowed into a bush, found him, and they got the takedown. It was literally that. It was that simple. The silences were really on point. The CC chain was solid.
Mm-hmm.
The lurking arms, or the tickle zone, were very solid across the board there. Yeah, I really can't put it at fault. And again, at that stage of the game, at that stage in the late game, one takedown is all it takes to decide, victory or defeat. So really just solid play, great capitalization on errors, and really just forcing out the errors. We're Team Numerics there.
Team Numerics, job well done. TQ, excellent performance. Can't wait to see you in next week's HeroesHype Amateur Series. But we will see Team Numerics advance forward. They will be taking on Watch Apex Stream, who enjoyed a bye for the first round. I hope they took the time to warm up and or observe their opponents, because Team Numerics, they're playing for real right now.
Yes, Apex, Crux, Celestial, definitely some names that I recognize here as well. So I think this is going to be another really good matchup here. We're going to hop into that very shortly. Super stoked for that as we get into this quarterfinal matchup here. A lot of great teams came out tonight. Again, a lot of names that I recognize. Always good to see these faces. But as you pointed out, some new blood as well. And if you guys want to get involved, you absolutely can. You can check out HeroesHype as well. There's a ton of info below. You can talk to our lovely admins in chat, find out all the information you want to know, put a team together. Just really good stuff going on here. And of course, we're going to be having more exciting stuff in the future coming as well. It's a good time to be involved in Amateur Heroes.
It's a great time, man. I love seeing the level of play from these teams continue to escalate. To have a matchup like that in the first round really speaks to the overall potential of the North American scene, and it speaks to the overall passion and commitment that the Heroes of the Storm community has for this game. I mean, even 6 months ago, I don't think we would have seen that level of play just in round one like that. I think the HGC is serving as a good, template on how to play the game at a high level. We just had the Western, the Eastern clash. Definitely saw some shakeup of the meta there. It's really easy to learn how to play this game at a high level these days, and I think we're seeing the benefits of that right here.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, we talked about this, especially a lot in dorms, access of information. And the ability for the average player to see what the top pros are doing. Before, we didn't really have that. I mean, unless you were able to sit in on high-level scrims, you just didn't know what the top teams were doing, because we only had tournaments every so often. So
Right.
If you weren't privy to that, there were three metas. There was pro meta, there was AM meta, and there was Hero League meta. And people would do stuff in Hero League that made sense. It would often mimic the pro meta, but it would be delayed. And by the time the pros actually played stuff, it was like Hero League got around to it. Pros were had moved on to the next thing. And then the AM meta was sort of like a trickle down from those who could sometimes scrim the pro teams, but not really, and couldn't quite execute it well. So it was sort of a weird mix meta. But now we just often see it's just sort of Hero League and then competitive. It's really sort of that, like the Task-Star prioritizations here, the Uther, the Ariel prioritizations. That is straight pro level stuff. So yeah, I'm digging it.
I'm digging it as well. To the kid in the back, you out there in the back, you see the HGC on the weekends. You see these teams pull off these Herculean efforts. You want to ride that high. You want to get involved in that adrenaline rush that can be high-level Heroes of the Storm play. Get involved right here at HeroesHype Amateur Series. Get your friends together. Do some practice runs. It is very exhilarating. To show up here on Wednesday night, you look at the bracket, you feel yourself loading in the map. You're talking with your friends about what heroes you're going to select for your draft. you start to understand Heroes of the Storm in a different way when you're in the driver's seat. You're not just seeing coordinated play as a spectator, and it makes you better appreciate not only what you see in tournaments like this and in the HGC, but makes you appreciate the overall nuance of this game. Like, this is one of the most complex games you'll see out there at all. I think the meta has a lot of untapped potential, a lot of hidden gems in the rough, so to speak. But if you want to escalate and heighten your level of passion for this game, get involved in HeroesHype Amateur Series. You'd have a great time, I promise you.
Absolutely. And, you know, I remember back in the day when I played competitively, how much fun it was to show up and actually be casted. And how much fun it was to watch it back and see someone talk about my play and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully you guys can learn some stuff from us. You know, you and I have been around the block a bit. We've seen our fair share of games here and there. And hopefully we're able to give a little bit of insight to these teams, to these players, looking at the drafts, the plays itself. And hopefully we can bring a little bit of hype and excitement to stuff and really just help take your experience to the next level, as it were, sort of across the board in a very broad sense. Because again, I remember how cool it was the first time I got casted by Solid Jake and Sham 2. Oh, felt so good back. I'm dating myself now with this one.
Hey.
Way back in the day. But it was so cool to watch those. I wish I'd saved in hindsight to watch the VODs back and be like, that's us playing against Cloud9. That's really cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I remember how much fun it was.
Get involved. We have now, Baron, we have heard from our good old-fashioned Argy. So Team Numerics take Forehead Junction off the board. Watch Apex Stream have decided to ban Battlefield of Eternity. So we have not yet learned what battleground we'll be going to next. The Battlefield of Eternity ban is something that's pretty interesting to me. I thought it would just be like the standard Braxis Warhead bans, but Team Numerics have elected to take us to Towers of Doom.
Towers of Doom, a map I was not a big fan of when it first came out. A map that has grown on me somewhat. Me and the Source have similar opinions in the sense that I would prefer it if you could end at any time, but at least the way they've restructured the altars, it doesn't mean the game is guaranteed to go late, which means that they released variant at the same time, or just after a hero that sucks in the early game, and then you released a map that had no meaningful early game, or only meaningful early game. It's just like, wait, what? How does that work? But no, it's definitely grown on me now. It requires, like Dragonshire, incredible macro play, a lot of team coordination in the sense of knowing when you can win your 1v1 fights, especially if you're battling over those altars, the ability to delay, to stall, to just rotate, cycle ability, cycle cooldowns, cycle health bars. Health is a resource in this game, and on this map particularly, core health is a resource. Knowing that, you know what, we'll give this up, we'll take a big fight when we hit that talent tier, and we'll snowball from there. You know, sometimes it's worth to give up 4 shots, even 8 shots in some instances, and knowing when to do that makes all the difference.
If you got 1 point, you're still alive in the game as far as Towers of Doom's concerned. It's a battleground that's really grown on me over time. When it first came out, I was not its biggest fan, to say the least. But while I do feel like you can create compositions to play around your opponent, in most instances, you just have to go through them. Like, you have to show up to those altars sooner or later. You can't just go and push structures forever, or you're just never going to, get anywhere in the game. There's a lot of consistent macro decisions that have to be made over the sapper camps. More often than not, with the reduced timer on when they show up, Ultra phase gets decided, those sapper camps going to be there. So it's definitely going to be, off to the races to get to the next sapper camp and establish pressure down bot. There's a lot of strategy that goes involved in, do we want to take this tower now and potentially let them reclaim it by the time the next Ultra phase shows up? Or do we want to leave it at 10%? And then, when we get advantage, go over and knock it down then, right as the Ultra shows up. The high level play that we've seen like in HGC and stuff definitely opened up possibilities for this battleground. So I like it now.
Yeah, I agree, and it's interesting to talk about experience elasticity. So if the economics of the Nexus here, we want to talk about price elasticity of forts in this game, particularly on this map. So taking early bell towers isn't always better because of the way the XP scaling works. Taking before the 12-minute mark, particularly before the 15-minute mark in that section, I can turn my mic up again. I know I was peeking there a bit. Okay, let me try that again. And taking that versus later in the game, you actually give your opposing team more experience when they take it back than you got for taking it in the first place. So if you give them too much potential early leverage, they can actually ping pong or use the elastic back past you for crucial talent tiers if they can time that macro right. So yeah, be careful pushing your early game advantage if you can't maintain it, because that's where things get that slingshot back. It gets really difficult.
Today I learned. I mean, there's definitely a lot of high level nuance on this battleground. Argy's in the lobby. I joined off of him. You can join.
I'll be there in a second.
One of us. See Caesar salad. So presumably it's gonna be Team Numerics on the left side. Faster, man. This variant play with that variant build. I like to try that bad boy out because he was doing some work there.
Yeah, his self-sustain was dirty.
It was definitely unexpected. I think I can turn you up a little bit.
Yes, if you can. I mean, yeah, I saw that I was peaking and crackling, so I turned it down somewhat.
Right.
But then I just turned it back up a little bit.
I think I got you.
Ooh, easy.
I think we're good.
Discord doesn't like my microphone. Couldn't tell you why. Couldn't tell you. Like this, I have my audio interface. It's like turned all the way up. I don't know what to tell you. So hopefully we're there. I'll just talk louder, I guess.
No, we got you. So Celestial X420 Blaze It X.
Yeah, I should do 420. Yeah.
All right. Got us a team name. Watch Apex. All right, they're filing into the lobby now. Team Numerics, you saw them do really well with Stukov, with Varian. This Stukov play was grimy, man. Those silences with the taunt, like we were talking about during the game, I was not expecting that kind of synergy to have that much of an impact. But we saw him mostly get value in instances where TQ was trying to retreat back behind their wall, and then the expanding silence kind of screwed him over, just to be frank. And that's something that can happen on Towers of Doom as well. There's some interesting choke points over the altars. If we see an invasion on the top left or right side of the screen, a well-placed silence, you got to walk through a field of not being able to press buttons. That could be a problem. So I'm wondering if we'll see some more Stukov.
I'm kind of hoping so. A field of no buttons. Field of just, you walk in, they're just like, give me your keyboard, just rip them all off. All right, go on your way, go about your business. Is it just me, or does that guy not have a name?
He actually has no name.
He doesn't have a name. No.
What is
what?
this?
I right click his name in chat. It just says
and it just
no.
What?
Is he just the biggest troll ever?
Huh. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
What the crap?
Alright, you flip it over to the game screen real quick. I've actually never seen this before.
I don't know.
I mean, the man or woman has no name.
Oh, in HeroesHype, if you right click it now, it says that. What
Okay.
is that? Just like his? Is that just like his thing? What?
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on.
What do I call that?
Oh no, Apex, please.
Oh no!
Not
Wait! How do I say that name? What do I do?
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Blank space. What is this? A Taylor Swift album? Oh my god!
All right, so it's. Well, Vin just said he likes to.
Tay Swift.
Because I'm gonna say the all right then the person with no name.
We're calling him Taylor Swift.
The person formerly known.
That's Taylor Swift.
Apex's Tinder date is the no-name character.
Why is Apex roasting himself?
I don't know. Refer the player as Apex's Tinder date. Can't make this stuff up. All right.
They're asking if the casters are ready, and truthfully, I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, question? Wait, someone's talking about Cho'Gall game. What if he's in the Cho'Gall game? What does that do?
No.
I have questions.
I don't think we're gonna
First
get
ban
answers
Cho'Gall.
there.
I have questions.
I don't think they're gonna show up those answers. I don't think they're gonna happen.
Do you have a
Towers
bug
do?
that can potentially lead to game crashes? Cho'Gall is banned in tonight's tournament.
Oh, well, there's that. Good, because I wouldn't even know how to approach. I just would have said Cho'Gall, to be completely honest with you. But we do see a first ban here for the members of Watch Apex Stream. I'm not sure. They did have the first round bye, so they very well could have been watching the stream, and they would have some insider information to that extent. Stukov did some work. Varian did some work. I don't think they'd be first ban worthy, but it's definitely something to keep in mind towards the back end of the draft.
I think I want to call this player Jack and Hagar because he's no one.
Wow.
But I feel like that would be too hard to do in game. I could also call him Arya Stark, but that wouldn't quite work. Or wise.
Yeah, the Apex's Tinder date is a little too wild.
Yeah, that's a little wordy.
I don't know.
I'm
And then Apex's Tinder date comes in, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's like naming your child "Ladies and Gentlemen." You know, it's just
Or like, sir.
"Ladies and gentlemen, please." It's a Louis C.K. reference right there for those who picked that up. Vikings are the ban here as well, along with the Genji. Not too surprising there. He's a Hero League favorite and also just a strong hero. Kind of in his own right. Ariel first pick, no questions there. So look for Hope Jennies as well. Yeah, pretty standard first pickup so far. And nothing too crazy.
Yeah, the Lost Vikings ban says to me Team Numerics just wants this game to be played straight up. They don't feel like being cheesed or you know, dealing with some non-standard approach to Heroes of the Storm. They're so willing to invest in that they're potentially okay with giving up other strong picks like Ariel. Stitches is going to be the one selection, at least 32 seconds left before they take their second. Now this is an interesting strategy in Varian because normally a team will take both of their heroes simultaneously, because what this does now is it buys time for Watch Apex Stream to know what they're up against, and during these drafts time is important.
Time is money, friends. Oh, Stitches Abathur. That's a terrifying combo in its own right before you add anything else to the equation.
Stitches Abathur, the 1-2, interesting. So they take the Vikings off the board. They're like, all right, well, we don't want the Vikings hunting down our bugs, so leave him to his own devices. Never trust a big button to smile. That girl is poison. Lunar will be the second selection for Watch Apex Stream. Splintered Spear will definitely keep that hope bar filled up. Not a bad start to the draft.
Yeah, Ariel Lunara is a tried and true classic combination. Throw the Medivh on that, denying the milk cartons.
No.
For their opponents here. Apex feeling confident in that Medivh play. Obviously, very high skill cap hero there as well. Can offer a little more mobility on these rotations. Give them some good in and out, and also some setup with that heroic there as well. So yeah, actually, though I have seen some crazy polybombs as well as ley lines on this map. Polybomb can be fun sometimes in these chokes.
And it's a shorter cooldown, so it's definitely something that could be readily available when it's needed. Depending on the back end of the draft, Lunar doesn't really scream to me Wombo setup, so we very well could have Polybomb show up as the rogue for Medivh. With the Lost Vikings ban, I was like, all right, we'll probably see a pretty standard, you know, composition and draft from both of these teams. Oh no, Stitches Abathur, and then Medivh is always a wild card, man. He's gonna bring a lot of mobility to that entire team.
Yeah, I'm thinking, we've got ourselves out of trouble here. You know, we disengaged, or we're hiding around a corner. And Medivh is like, "Hello, friends." Now you're thinking with portals, and the whole team's arrived. I imagine it's going to be more for the dishing game. This isn't really honestly like finish this out with like a Diablo or something crazy. This isn't really a high engaged comp. This is like just a live comp.
Just want to they choose life comp.
Just live, damn it.
I just want to live.
I mean, that being said, Stitch's Abathur as well. I mean, you've got to obviously engage with the hook, but that is a volatile engagement tool, but still a decent amount of sustain there as well, despite the fact that we down a body, quote unquote.
At least in the earlier stages. If you're on the side of Watch Apex stream, you look across the eye, you're like, well, we don't feel like dealing with the double doggo, so we're going to ban Greymane. That would have been a lot of poke damage. Go for the Throwdown Cursed Bullet are very viable heroics, things that you don't want to deal with. So they're going to take Greymane off the board. They still need a support. They still need a main damage dealer. They could potentially look to turn Illidan into a superhero. We've seen the Hunt use to great effect on Towers of Doom these days. Put the hat on him, he could have a good time.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the clone target here is going to be really interesting. We could see something. I mean, I would say we could see something like Li Ming, but the Force of Will just denies, if used correctly, denies so much of that damage. You just need good sustained damage here as well. You also want CC to fall up in the Stitches Hook potentially. That we have been seeing a lot more just sort of like pure brawly Stitches, big slam build stuff come out of recent weeks and months. So we'll see how that goes here. You know, it used to always be who can you pair with the Stitches hooks, but now it matters a little bit less. You just use them for the sustainability.
I want Uther Illidan. I'm gonna get Stukov.
I mean, the Gul'dan's solid, and it's a denial to the Ariel, but I feel like they're just gonna go double warrior here. Like, I feel like, yeah.
I'm surprised to see the Gul'dan. I mean, double Gul'dan could potentially be a lot of damage, but it just doesn't feel like right now what they have is going to be very impactful against a Lunara-fed Ariel and Medivh.
Reckoning is at hand.
I see them struggling in a full 5v5.
My hatred is
Oh, wow, that is a solo warrior Tyrael with an Illidan.
Okay, like I was like, well, you know, Illidan does really well with an Abathur hat, but he's not too shabby either with a Medivh Force of Will.
Well, I want you to look over here at the side of Team Numerics, and I want you to tell me exactly how many escapes they have.
Hang on, let me
Let's do some...
let me add 3, carry the 4, divide by and the extra 0.
Yeah,
None.
0. None.
Huh?
Unless you count Horrify as an escape.
GG boys, I'm out. Dropping this smoke pellet. Here's the harp. Oh wait, I'm still dead.
Woo! I mean, I guess you got shove and swipe, but like in terms of actually moving your own body, I mean, I guess they have friendly hooks, but that's about it.
It's gonna be real interesting, yeah. Because Stukov hits the swipe, and it's like, well, I'm Tyrael, so I can Q after you. Hi, I'm Illidan. I have the Hunt. Hello.
I'm Lunara. I have
Medivh here. Medivh here. I have a portal, so we will continue to chase if you don't mind. Zeratul around things out.
All right, he's got some ability. I also think that skin is terrifying and dope.
Yeah, it's
terrifying.
It's a little wild.
It's the tongue.
You know, it's not on the level of like Ginger Dread and Zebo.
I think it's up there.
See, like Ginger Dread and Zebo is just like creepy. That's more like creepy. I don't know. There's a difference. Like it's that Zeratul skin is like, all right, you get what it's after. Like, you know, it's a very weird, you know, scary looking skin. You just don't trust Ginger Dread and Zebo. He's got like this creepy smile on his face. Like, he's like happy to be there. You know, the Zeratul skin is legit menacing. Like, I know what I'm here. I know what I'm about. But the Ginger Dread and Zebo is wily, man. You don't know what he's up to. The seeds of mistrust are sown. That Ginger Dread and Zebo skin.
Yeah, that's true. I get like a Pennywise, like a
right.
vibe from the
right.
Yeah.
I don't want him around me. Like, Ginger Dread and Zebo, like, he'll just walk up and just try to hug you. Like, you want like, you know?
Heroes
Yeah.
Xeratul will just kill you. Zebo wants to hang out and like eat ice cream with you, and it's just like, no, man. But all right, the next game is here. Oh no!
It is an honor to play against an HGC Open Team. Thank you for this opportunity. Amazing. On the left-hand side, we have Team Numerics and the blue trunks against Caesar Salad on that Stukov. Fazda on Stitches. Vin on Gul'dan. Jugonaut on Abathur. And Flyest Raven on Zeratul.
On the right side, we have Watch Apex Stream. Celestials on Lunar. X420 Blaze It. X is on Illidan. Apex is playing Ariel. The man with no name is on Medivh. And Crux, we playing the Angel of Justice Tyrion.
Oh, baby. The man with no name. I like it. I'm not sure how well that's going to go in team fights, but we'll try our very best here as the game gets underway. First Stuck's not really going to connect here. Wave clear for both teams is marginal. Flyest Raven with that hat actually is going to have a pretty good job there against 420 Blaze It. That's going to stay on a good day, but there you are.
I'm gonna be giggling every time I say 420 Blaze It. I'm just putting that out there right now. A 3v3 matchup in the bot lane. You got Ariel, you got Lunar. You're gonna be able to sustain phase, but Stukov doesn't really have to worry about mana to an extent. If Lunar is able to get that poke in between the trait value, though, could be rough.
Yeah, it could be rough indeed. Apex is going to do a pretty good job just keeping his team nice and healthy here. And with Medivh offering just that additional vision and stuff, you know, that'll be just giving them a little bit more peace of mind and safety in these rotations. As you see with the Wisp here too as well, they have so much vision and control, but they actually just really pressuring this mid lane right now. Abathur is forced to deal with that with his body and his little locusts, but it's not ideal there. Crux can't really kill him though, so it's not a huge threat, but so far this Tyrael is definitely winning this lane. But up in the top lane, Zeratul in favor as well, so far pretty even across the board.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams are definitely doing their job when it comes to maintaining and hanging on their soak and not putting themselves out in a position where they can be taken down. First triple altar of the game, first and fifth are always going to be there. Vin tries to get some health off of the camp. Cheeky play there. I like it. Intuitive. Hook goes out, finds Celestial. There's the Force of Will, the Taming Strike. Apex knocked back Caesar Salad. Top left altar, top right altar going to be claimed. But the battle wages on down here.
Yeah, nice little juice coming in and out from the Medivh there. Fasta trying to run a little bit faster here with this poison, take him down. One more, yeah, and that is it, Apex. Woo! With that Detainment Strike, pushing him all the way to hell. No, beautifully done there. As they are going to be capturing out two of these altars here. Flyest Ravens trying to get these takedowns, but they have the Force of Will in time. One more, can they get it? And there, the heal, beautifully done. Committed way too far. I think Ariel is going to be fine there. Yes, indeed. Wow, nice play coming in from Watch Apex Stream.
Crisp micro-level play from Watch Apex Stream. Fast to turn around that hook. He's like, hey guys, throw out the hook. Feels good, man. Apex moved up. Threw out that Detainment Strike. Was like, actually, you can wait the respawn, good sir. Zeratul almost takes down Lunar. That Force of Will is back-breaking and deflating to the ego of the assassin. Buys enough time for Zeratul to get taken down. 2 takedowns. They definitely make a statement here in the early.
Yeah, I think so, especially because their draft is quite good into the late game itself. I mean, so obviously post 10 is really where the draft of Team Numerics is going to shine. That being said, up in the top lane, Flyest Raven, mistakes were made.
Ambitious. He dared to dream in Verum.
That dream quickly turned into a nightmare.
Yeah. He found himself grounded firmly in reality after all that. I think we'll see a little bit more passive play out of the man of a hatred of 10,000 years. He just jumped in there. I don't know.
So far, both melee assassins are playing with gusto. We'll go with, as my old lacrosse coach used to say, run with some gusto. It's actually kind of how we sounded. Fun, true facts in the life of Inverum. But no, both melee assassins know they're nimble, know they're mobile, and don't know their limits. So that always makes for some engaging play. That being said, in the bot lane, Celestial has found a friend.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah, and he brought some pain salad to the party. Caesar salad.
I got you. And Apex just like, well, I'll see you later then, Celestial. I have nothing to say in response to all this. That's going to pave the way for the next altar to show up and even up the core points 32 to 32. Looking at the talents, Vigorous reuptake with the expanding tickle zone from growing infestation. Slam builds into the choice for Stitches. Pursuit of Flames already almost finished. 420 Blaze it wants to YOLO in. Has Crux to help him out, but is that going to be enough? He jumps over on the Fly's Raven, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. The melee assassins, again, like you said, don't seem to know the full extent of their heroes. They get taken down.
Oh, yes, indeed. And Fasta saying, Crux, don't move any faster. You're coming right back here. Found the hook, found the takedown with the help of that Abby hat. And really nicely done there from them. I mean, it's just a bloodbath back and forth so far. 7 takedowns already in this game. It's only the 5-minute mark. That is more than 1 a minute. And that is some serious aggression here. The next altars are about to spawn shortly. It's going to be a double altar spawn. So let's see how they allocate their resources here. Both teams can back up, capture some mercenary camps as these next altars spawn here. Level 10 around the corner as well. And that is really when this avatar comes online.
I'm really liking this scrappy play from both of these teams, though. I mean, they're loose cannons. They have no problem dying if they think they can come ahead with an advantage. So we're seeing 2 teams willing to gamble. The hook goes out. Fast is going to try to put some pressure onto Lunar. Forces out the Force of Will. Flies Raven low on help. The Avatar Hat's not going to be enough. He's stealthing out of there the hard way. 420 is going to continue to chase Stitches. There's the Force of Will again. Illidan backs away. Stitches low on health. Crux chasing forward. Can he get him? I don't know. Caesar Salad, though. 34 health before finally going down. Oh!
Ooh! Crux? Portal? Portal?
Planet
Worth?
Fast and loose Heroes of the Storm out here from both of these teams. We don't mind dying. That's what I learned out of that team. They're ready to go.
But I'm taking you with me seems to be the moral of this game so far.
It's part that and the horse you rode in on.
Oh, you the mount you're in on. Oh, baby, that's actually a ton of CC coming in there, but a nice horrify to disengage to the back. That beautifully done though for the Stitches as well. Can he find the hook? Can he connect? There it is. Beautiful dodge there from Celestial as well. He just had the leaping strikes to get himself out of that situation. But yes, you and the mount you rode in on, absolutely. A lot of patently absurd aggression as Crux has found a home in the enemy backline, and there we go. Nicely done that Force Will, just soaking up a lot of that damage. Flies Raven friends are here as well. We don't have a horrify for a bit here, so that aggression core can go unchecked.
Now, I'm not surprised to see Judgment being the heroic of choice here, and it was just about to go off, but the Silence Pursuit called interrupted it. That feels bad. Got a Leaping Strike going in on Zeratul, puts a lot of damage on him. The Tamer Strike is going to knock back Stitches. Chase continues. There's the Force of Will. The Crystal Age is only going to stave off the inevitable, or is it? Crux goes in.
Yeah, nicely done there. That VP was not enough to save the clone. That's not how that works, friend. As the Zeratul does drop as well here in the back of this Medivh, capping that out. Nicely done. Honestly, the polybombs here have been huge. We theory crafted that in the draft, and I think it was absolutely the correct choice. Beautifully done there, denying that melee aggression. Celestial's always been the target so far, and he's just been able to survive, juke, and jive, especially with the help of Apex here. These heals have been on point. The hope generation is solid, and with the engagement from the hunt, from the judgment, with the portals, with the leaping strikes, you've got so much just raw, up in your face engagement coming out here from the side of Watch Apex. It's scary if they don't deal with it properly.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams are playing with their heart on their sleeve. They don't mind going down. They don't mind trading. Apex is going to be targeted. There's a Horrify, Force of Will, and a Portal. It's short range, though. A little shove of a Portal. But it's going to be enough for Apex to get out of there. Then almost found himself getting taken down as well. I'm surprised Apex made it out of there, bro. Gonna be honest.
If you could see my face right now, chat, you'd know I'm in total agreement. Holy crap, he had no right to live through that. No right to live. That was ridiculous. Beautiful Aegis, beautiful Force of Wills, beautiful Portal, all 3 feet to get him out of there, just far enough away to secure himself the not dying.
Yeah, it was the man with no name. He came in with the Force of Will on at the right time. Helps Apex get out of there. Right now, watch Apex Stream enjoy an 8-point lead, 32-24. Level 13 for the moment is also an advantage in their favor. We could look to see them be even more aggressive than they've already been because
Yeah, and I imagine they'll turn things up once Master's Touch is completed here. It's a little bit over halfway done right now. So we'll watch Taylor Swift, Man with No Name. Blank was his ego. I don't even know. Medivh. When we watch Medivh complete that quest, I think they're going to play even more aggressive if that's humanly possible. Up in the top lane, the melee assassins are making acquaintances across the board. But with 2 altars spawning, level 13 apiece. Oh, Halorn, they're going in.
They're going in off the top rope, Legion of Doom style, but Flyest Raven is going to put him on the old Zach Morris timeout and get the heck out of dodge. But that's a huge cooldown to use just to save your own bacon. Siege Juggernaut trying to be cheeky on the after. He decides to back away smartly enough. Illidan will be able to pick up the top right altar, I do believe. And now it's just the battle over the left. Or no, Caesar Salad's able to take that as well.
Yeah, these air tools that were chasing down Illidan up in there in the top, though, definitely going to be tough. 420 Blaze, it's running around here as Flyest Raven has found the enemy backline and found he cannot quite deal with that. But again, that seems to be the story of this game, is both melee assassins going absolutely off, especially as Crux is going in, though. That's team is falling on the back with its portal nicely down. We do see the ball coming out though as well. The Horrify, though, nice dodge from Celestial going to the backline as well with the Subi, with the strikes. Blaze it is competing, he's contesting. There's the Force of Will, getting the portal. Like, no, he's choosing not to go through it. Oh no, that is a massive heal. Not enough though, taken down, a slight mistime from Apex. Oh, Halorn, this is a comedy of errors.
Absolutely. I actually think the hook from Stitches is what interrupted the portal channel and then set up Illidan finally going down. That was sick. This microplay has been on point from both of these teams, who are definitely showing no signs of slowing down. Both of these teams have the level 13 talents. Reactive Ballista Spores. You can go with that. Full Slam build, Health Stone, Soma Transference, and Mending Strikes definitely keep Zeratul in the fray. Greater Spell Shield for Gul'dan. Blinding Flash, that's going to be something of a problem for at least Zeratul. Looking in for those portal shenanigans. Burning Rage, a little bit more damage.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, with all the heroics about to be back off cooldown, it's going to be an absolute brawl once level 16 is hit. We are going to be seeing the 3 altars spawn here. And that could decide the last, going to the late game here. We're really going to see how that plays out here. Both teams are approaching 16 but have not quite found it yet. That's actually a big deal here, because once you level 16, especially for the side of Apex here, that's terrifying. Once you get reabsorption, once Tyrael really starts to ramp, things get tough to deal with.
Yeah, with reabsorption, you know, it almost feels like a 5-second ancestral healing if it's timed properly, and if the enemy team is trying to focus on one person. Almost resets the health bar of a lot of squishier heroes. Curious to see what kind of values to be had out of that. Flyest Raven doing the old patrol in the top right. Should be able to interrupt that. Crux. Oh, meanwhile, it's going to almost get done channeling. Flyest Raven's like, I can't be everywhere, guys. Like, I gotta let one go.
Yeah, seriously, down the bot lane. Oh no, that is 420 Blaze It finding Flyest Raven. He doesn't have the blink right now, even with the hat. I'm not sure speed up. Oh, there's the BP. 420 Blaze It is going off. A smoke show, as they say. And in the bot lane, we have the tri-lane full advantage here for the side of Apex. This has been a win across the board from them.
Jukes the Void Prison. That's another 100-second cooldown where they're not going to get too much value. Then starting to back away. There's the triple swipe. Caesar Salad wants nothing to do with it, but there's the Judgment. Then Holy Ground's going to make Stitch take the long way around. Force of Will is going to keep Crux alive for the moment. Portal gets him out of there. Illidan goes down off screen. But this battle, man, this bot lane is serious.
Yes, it's huge. The altar was shadowed out in the back of this. Oh boy, that was massive. Level 16 though, about to be reached here for the side. Two Numerics, so they're not out of this yet by any means, despite the fact that they're down 24 health. They can rally here with a big hook, but a nice Force of Will and a portal is there to get them out. And that is where Medivh is such a great complement to Stitches and also such a great counter.
Absolutely. It's a foil and a half. You land that hook, you're like, all right, guys, great. I isolated someone. Force Will's negated all the damage, so it kind of feels bad. Leaping Strike gives Celestial a chance to get out of there. Flyest Raven's going to close them out, though. Hook goes in, just going to miss. Illidan is back to business now. That was the clone? No, it wasn't the clone. Something else went down. But with that takedown, that will allow Two Numerics to go in here and try to get this Sapper camp. They got to turn it around, man. They're down 20 points right now on the court.
Yeah, well, the momentum is starting to shift in this late game Abathur play, and I'm really starting to see that we saw Caesar Salad with that Stukov last game, and you mentioned it in the draft how he was a serious threat on that hero. His silences have been absolutely instrumental in these team fights. He can shut down Apex, he can shut down the Medivh. Look at how much damage Flyest Raven can dish if he's allowed to do so uncontested. That being said, Crux is in the opposing team's side. And I said the silence once again, not allowing to get the Ultraman's Might, but here come the body blocks, here come the slows, and that is one dead Angel of Hope. Or Angel of Justice. What am I saying? That's not Ariel.
Well, I mean, there's no hope of him escaping at the very least. I mean, that was just full YOLO. There's no other way to look at it. 420 Blazer presumably has left the game. No one's seen the pause button yet, so I guess they're just looking to continue to play on. That is 420 blazing it to the extent of it, but he's back.
We're good. Just a quick DC there, but he has returned, but this is a brawl. Dead even are the XP bars, the levels here. Caesar Salad's going to try and challenge this out immediately, or challenge. He's going to try and channel this out immediately, and is left so contested. Kind of surprised on that, to be honest.
I'm a little surprised as well. I mean, well, they are down Tyrael. And they're like, we got a 20-point lead. We can afford to give them one. Make sure we don't let them snowball things beyond our control. So I do understand cooler it's prevailing, but we haven't seen conservative play from either one of these teams. So it's definitely a shift in strategy.
Yeah, I figured maybe they would try and do some cheeky stuff with the Medivh, with the portals, with the pokes, with the Force of Wills. But you know what? You're absolutely right. Cooler heads prevailed. They said, you know what? There's absolutely no need for us to get a little ahead of ourselves here. Let's just play it slow, play it easy. Like I said in the draft, 4 health is a resource. It's like Hearthstone. The game's been over. Why do you have stuff left? So, that being said, all the members are up for both squads. That is a beautiful Force of Will denying the hook. Oh, man, with that Holy Ground as well from Crux. This is what I was talking about. Material hit 16. He can reshape the battleground. That being said, the damage is going across the board. Fly Strafe as well. Nicely done. There's Celestial target great. Oh, beautifully done. But there's the VP as well. The HUD actually being denied. Fly Strafe though will be found though in the back there. Apex heals beautifully done. The Judgment Wall. The Fly Strafe mechanic against the Securian as well. And that is the Fear doing a lot there in the background. There was Blaze trying to run first life with Great Force once again from Medivh. Trade challenging this out. But there's once again Halor. This is an absolute bloodbath.
Bloodbath is a great way to describe it. Apex is not going to be able to heal himself up in time, and the poison damage from Gul'dan is a whole thing. Medivh gets taken down. Did he complete the quest? He did not! He did not complete Master's Touch. Last time I looked, he was at 26, but right now that's a fat goose egg down there. That feels bad.
How do you not complete Master's Touch by 17 minutes into the game? That is actually really unfortunate for his team. Level 20 here is now going to be reached. That is a bell tower. You know, Lauren, one thing we haven't talked about a lot this game is the Abathur split soak. This Abathur has been all over the map, especially in this top lane, getting the push in, getting the damage done, getting them, in this in terms of experience, because, they're down. Actually, now they're ahead in takedowns, too. So, this is actually really solid. This game has turned around. They were down a massive deficit, but they are in a position where they can just start snowballing this across the board here, especially if these sappers are they going to go across the line. I think Celestial's got this, but oh no, it's close.
At least one's going to make it across faster than Venom. Want to make sure that at least one go through, and that's baby, a triple. All 3 are going to reach across, and that's going to be 5 more points thanks to Caesar Salad challenging that. And the other sapper cam looks to make its presence known as well. This game is turning around in Team Numerics' favor the hard way.
Yeah, this is the tables have turned moments at the hardest. They're not even trying to deny it. They're so afraid of the hook here, and for good reason apparently, as it connects once again onto Bambi. Despite the fact that this girl is poison, the big butt is not doing enough here in this game.
I think a lot of it has to do with the solo Tyrael that took Judgment. They just don't have that sustain and peel to really allow Lunar to hang out and giggle on the backline. If they're not getting value out of their heavy engagement, it's looking a little rough for the team on the right side. But Verum, if 2 minutes ago you told me the game would be this close out of nowhere, I'd say you were crazy. There was a 20-point lead. Where is it now?
It's only 5. It has been, it's down to a quarter of what it once was, and with the potential damage already done here to the infrastructure, both teams could swing this in a big way. This could be GG real fast in either direction. If one team pulls something massive. Where was the hunt in the bow? That is the bot lane. That is Oriel dead though. 420 blazing is dropping as well.
That hook came back from the enchantment under the sea ball in 1955. Long range from downtown. I don't think it was necessary, but it came out and connected and closed Illidan out the hard way. He YOLO'd in and paid for it for real.
I don't know where your mind goes sometimes, my friend, but I absolutely love it. Up in the top lane, we do have this falling. Crux, you can just leave. You killed the gate. You killed the gate. He's just dead though. I don't think he realized he killed the gate.
Some men just want to watch the world burn, and Baron, he had the wall down and was like, actually,
I'm gonna stand in the corner. Bad thing. I'm gonna stand in the corner. That's what I'm gonna do. That actually is huge. He costs that costs his team a lot there. Flying Straven is gonna channel the set. They do have some core to work with. This is gonna leave them with 1 HP Haloran.
And if any
like
of these
our good buddy Kalaris, oh boy, 1 HP. That is a stab across the line. That's it.
That's it. What the heck just happened? What?
Hashtag comeback of the century.
I am genuinely stumped. We saw a game where both of these teams were just at each other's throat the moment they landed on the battleground. And a lot of those team fights were effectively jazz hands for Watch Apex Stream sneak away these altars. It was like, oh, this is a very even fight. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, wait, actually, Team Numerics is down 20 points in their core. Uh-oh. And then out of nowhere, one team fight, one or three just that like Solid J called it, dumpster dives. I don't know what they were doing. Like they just went, go back behind the tower, it's fine. Go over the wall, it's cool. I don't even need to walk out. I'm going through the small wall. Just indignant, just like, what are you gonna do about it? And
what are you gonna do? Stab me? Says men who was stabbed.
In local news, Tyrael stabbed to death. He was last reported saying, he was last reported saying, well, what are you gonna do? Stab me? Yeah. Yeah, I am actually. So it just seemed like, you know, we saw Watch Apex Stream have cooler heads at one point. You know, they decided not to go in 4v5, but at every other point in that game, it was full Migo face. And they paid. I feel like that was a winnable game for Team Numerics. Props to for Watch Apex Stream. Props to Team Numerics for having the resiliency to hang on because they definitely found their back against the ropes. But
Stukov.
You give them opportunities, they're gonna rally back.
I don't think he lets Caesar Salad have Stukov. His silences were too big. I was looking back after and looking at what chat was saying and watching the fights back on the other monitor. And a lot of it was denying pivotal heroics, pivotal movement, pivotal spells. There's a couple of cases where Ariel died with a full hope bar because she physically couldn't cast a spell. So, feels real bad, man.
There's something poetic in Ariel dying with a full hope bar. I don't know.
I have all this hope!
That's tough. That's tough. The next game, we're going to continue to follow Team Numerics. They will next find themselves up against Oversoul. The other semifinal matchup is WhoIsThisTeam versus Fractress. WhoIsThisTeam? They're good. They're good. So I'm not surprised to see them still in the runnings for things. Just coming down to 4 teams. The winner of this will meet the other in the best of 3 finals. I don't think I've personally seen Oversoul before. Let me look at the roster.
I recognize the name.
Solo, Shank, Demasis, Magic Pants, and Herrick.
Space Pants.
Space
Pants.
I see you in the chat, man. Someone got the Back to the Future reference. Thank you, man. Thank you. I mean, that hook, it was just like, all right, 420 is getting at it.
Oh, I've been watching so much Rick and Morty. I should have got that reference.
Nice.
They ate the Szechuan sauce today, man. They ate it. I don't know if you watch Rick and Morty, you know what I'm talking about. But I
haven't seen the new season yet.
All right,
I gotta get on it.
No, I mean, they physically ate it, like in real life, like Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland physically ate the Szechuan chicken, the Szechuan sauce. $20 a bite.
Wantus again? Says you guys look at that poster for Boy Scout behind you. So apparently in Varium, you're Bruce Willis, man. Congratulations.
I'm Bruce Willis? Does that mean I'm gonna lose my hair?
Hey man, it's not bad. I'm already there.
Yeah. Why can't you be? Wait, how does this work? Oh, damn it. All right, that's fair enough.
One of my favorite action movies. But Thanks.
That is a sick poster, man. That is a sick poster.
Keep it classy, man. Keep it classy.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
But too bad no explosion. The explosion's been the action going on in the HeroesHype Amateur Series tonight, to be completely H. But if you guys have seen some exciting, crazy plays, feel free to clip those. And let the HeroesHype channel know on Twitter with the hashtag HHAS, I believe. Let us know the action you like to see. HeroesHype is definitely expanding. We're doing on Tuesdays HeroesHype Live, our weekly podcast where we're looking to get you, yes you, the kid in the back, involved in the chat. So show up, use the hashtag HHLive to ask us questions. We like to field questions, bring topics brought in from the community. A great way to get involved and join the overall conversation of the HeroesHype or Heroes of the Storm North American amateur scene. Get involved.
Absolutely. You know, like fielding questions, and you guys are going to help bring a little bit more insight, a little deeper level there for the average person looking to sort of get a little bit of a leg up on what's going on, just learn a little bit more, get involved. It's a great way to do that for sure. And if you guys, of course, if you guys want to get involved with HeroesHype, tons of great ways to do that. Of course, be sure to talk to our admins in chat. The lovely folks are running this tournament. Look at how smoothly this is going. We're in here in the semifinals. We're about to hop into our next matchup and into the best of 3 finals here once again. Every Wednesday night's been running since time immemorial. Back in my day, I remember we used to play HeroesHype. I remember all the best teams used to come in, and still to this day, we get so many fantastic rosters show up every week. So absolutely fantastic to see. A lot of the top players you see now in HGC got their start in this tournament or tournaments like it. So don't look past, do not undervalue how much it means to a lot of these teams, just to give them that competitive taste that, oh, you know, I like winning. I like winning, you know what I mean? And it goes a long way.
Teams like Imported Support, Donkeys R Us, here known as 101st Northumberland Fusiliers, you can very well see them in and through the Crucible. They got their start right here on tournaments exactly like this, and that could be you. You can get involved yourself. Korea, Canada. International name, I like that. So can we see the stats from the game? I still have the victory screen up if our good old-fashioned Argy wants to switch it. Look, on point. You know it, Baron?
I do. What is it? But for those who don't know, what is it again? What?
They just don't make them like that anymore, man. You know, good old-fashioned Argy out here, crisp and on point with the production. They just don't make them like this guy.
Crisp like well-cooked bacon. That's our boy Argy.
I like bacon, man.
So everybody loves bacon.
But yeah, Goldan went off. Lunara, 52,000. Medivh with only 14. Medivh had less hero damage than Ariel. That's
yeah.
less hero damage than Stuco.
Okay, Masters. Okay, not ideal. Not trying to call anybody out, guys. We're just pointing.
It's not where you want it. It's not where you want it.
It's not where you want to be.
It's not
Ideally,
where you
in
wanna
terms
be.
of raw statistics.
And what's tough is Medivh only died once.
Oh, God, all it takes is once.
But that's
All
an
it takes is
impactful
once.
death. That's an impactful death. I
Yeah.
submit to you, the man with no name.
Hey, it's not even like we can flame him. He doesn't
Right.
have a name.
Who knows? Who knows?
The fact that it hasn't been reported yet is actually like, how do you
don't even
do
know.
that? In
I
all
don't
my
know.
years of battle netting, I
know.
have never once B-net playered the way he's B-net playered.
He's doing something different. The map bans are supposedly starting. Oversoul bans out Battlefield of Eternity. I was actually hoping we'd see that battleground tonight, but it's not going to be here in the semifinals. Hearing from our good old-fashioned Argy once more. He was typing right now, and he'll let us know that drum rolls, numeric bans, dot 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 dot. All right, he isn't typing. He isn't typing. He's leaving us out here. The suspense, the drama, the action, the tension.
Ooh, it's palpable. It's real.
It's gonna be Forehead Junction. He's Rick rolling.
He's Rick rolling.
Wow. Wow. Never gonna. Wow.
Wow.
They really don't make him like this guy anymore.
Nope. Disappointed. I'm let down.
Hurt.
You say you're never gonna give me up. Never gonna let me down. Then you go around and hurt me.
It's the Braxis band. The Braxis band.
too late now. You waited 2 whole days, Arky. It's too late now.
Could we see the fabled forehead junction? Could we? That's the Rickroll.
Mm-hmm.
That's the troll face right there. I want it. I want to see it. I want to see it.
I'm curious. I mean, I actually don't think I'd mind it at this level at this point, because we actually can see some cool stuff. This is where actually even I'm learning something at this point watching these teams. Because if they've gone to the semifinals here at HeroesHype, they obviously know what's going on. The teams we've seen playing so far have been super solid. So no matter what map we see here, no matter what battleground is brought to the fore, we're going to see some pretty solid strategies. We're going to see some really solid macro play. That's actually the thing that's impressed me about the amateur scene as a whole over the last 6 months to a year is the increase in knowledge and just skill at executing macro play.
Mm-hmm.
Before it used to be that's where the pro teams just dominated you, they out-rotate you, out-merc you, out-soak you. You'd be down a level and a half and you hadn't given up a kill by like the 8-minute mark, and you're like, I have no idea what happened. That's what the Korean teams used to do better than anyone else. And literally, I remember talking to Dread about this. He'd be like, we'd be down a level and we hadn't done anything wrong. They just did everything better. And yeah. I was like, oh, that's one way of putting at it. Data, it's impossible to make no mistakes and still lose. Come on.
We've done nothing wrong. They just did everything better. Ouch.
Yep. I know.
That's deflating.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're at a stage now where there aren't too many instances where you're going to be able to stymie your opponent forever. They will go back to the drawing board. They will look at the VODs. They will look at the replays. They will dissect and decipher exactly the keys to your success, and the evolution will continue. Team Oversoul is elected to take us to Infernal Shrines, my personal favorite battleground. So I'm good with that.
Yeah, it's definitely up there. I just love the raw team fighting that always ends up ensuing on this map. Those one skull differences on the shrine to get the Punisher. You're like, oh, it comes down. Like always those intense moments. Because I love the fact that on this map it's such a punish. At first when it came out, I was like, oh, especially
right.
Punishers were OP. But it's such a punishing objective in the fact that like it's not like both teams get a little something. It's that like if you lose this, you're screwed. Like you get nothing. No sufrido. Like if you look at the Punisher, you just did all that work for nothing.
Yeah, and that's unforgiving. It's like, hey man, we got 36 defenders, and yet we got nothing to show for it, right, Breck? So what time play teams? Oh, I'm ready to go.
I'm not in the lobby. Wait,
well, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm ready to go. The lobby has yet to be made. Still waiting for the lobby. Yeah, that was the point. It was just like
moment of panic.
Yeah, these teams. It's like, oh, we're loading into the game now, guys. Yeah, I've been there before. It feels bad.
Geez, yeah. Rick, that's not ideal.
Waiting for the lobby to start
without me, man. Come on.
I wouldn't leave you behind, man. I'll never let go, bro.
Never let go, Jack. We're just gonna drop all the sick old school movie references. We're in there.
But we've seen Stukov use to great effect by Team Numerics all night. Infernal Shrines is a battleground. We could very well see the infested general come out again. Those are some tight corridors. You're walking into the lines then if you come around the corner into the silence field. I've seen on this battleground in particular, Tassadar and Stukov do super well. The enemy team commits, they go in, they try to back away, force wall on the back end, silence from Stukov right in front of it. You're just in the pot roasting at that point.
In the pot roasting between a rock and a hard place in the tickle zone.
In the tickle zone. In the tickle zone.
In the tickle zone. A tickle zone of death.
Provided by your good friend Stukov. It's good. I put down big lurking arm. Don't ask how I have arm. It's just a thing now.
It's just a thing now.
It's just a thing now.
But no, it's a sick combination. Not one I've personally seen too much of.
The lobby invite, buddy.
Ooh.
Our good old fashioned Argy.
Yeah, baby.
getting us in
We in
there.
there.
All the teams are ready. Looks like it's gonna be Team Numerics on the right this time. Oversoul on the left.
With Check and Magic Pants up against Faster and Juggernaut. And of course, Caesar Salad.
The Magic Pants, I might elicit a chortle or two there off the Magic Pants. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Putting out there.
Keep thinking of Space Pants.
Like, and then Magic Pants comes in, and I don't know. I just see it happening. So, been
And Magic Pants with the big plays. It's gonna be. And it's time for. On the left-hand side of the blue trunks, we have Magic Pants.
Goulder said, "Let the cat play." I don't know, whenever I'm streaming, it's just like these cats just like they just know, so they just magically start wading into the camera, just like just chilling there, doing nothing. But all right, Oversoul is on the left, so Team Numerics enjoys the luxury as a first pick, first ban. On Infernal Shrines, wouldn't be surprised to see Aro get taken off the board. Tahaku could be a consideration potentially as well. And there he is.
And there he is, Haloran. Knowing the power of the sneaky lizard boy on this map, he is with the global potential, the wave clear, soul laner. Yeah, he's just good everywhere. Everywhere he's good here. Abathur band as well. I dig it on this map with the amount of sheer macro pressure you can elicit. I like it. It's strong.
Abby. I mean, he does well on his battleground. If it becomes a prolonged progression, the conversation and argument that happens over the Punisher objective, if he's just off on the side getting that soak in, that's the difference between a tier advantage or not. Don't want to deal with all that. But they are going to have to deal with the first pick Tassadar. Somebody's going to be enabled, to say the least.
Yeah, and that is the glory of the Tassadar there. Let's see where the Stukov plays in prioritization here. I would imagine you called it. Tassadar Stukov, we know that it is a fan favorite pick here of Caesar Salad. He's done some baller plays with it so far tonight. Let's see if that's denied out here at some stage. It's gonna have to be in his 1-2 pick though. That's a high Stukov pick, but not unreasonable on this map, I don't think, for previously stated reasons. That being said, a lot of good options on the board here. Ariel is another highly contested first pick here. They might think with the Tassadar as well that Ariel is the more desired support pickup here. Uther's still a good option as well. There's just a lot of stuff they can do.
Absolutely. I mean, the Stukov pick would be a little spicy, but Uther's already been picked up. If they don't take Stukov here, it could very well be banned out going into the second ban phase. If Oversoul have been able to see what Team Numerics been up to at all tonight, they'd know exactly what Caesar Salad can bring to the table. But no, they got other plans in mind. They're like, no Stukov at all. We're just going to go Ariel Vala with Tassadar and turn Vala into a full-on superhero.
That's the exact other thing I was thinking there. This is the trifecta, as it is called. You know, it's a tried and true old school trip comp right there. I mean, Vala becomes the hardest carry in the game at this point, pretty much. She just does a horrendous amount of damage. And this is actually a map you can justifiably go AA build on. We're probably going to see W still, but you can actually go. I went AA build on Val on this map not too long ago and got I got my first trade up the vault. I never I got 10 hatred stacks and kept 10 hatred stacks until the quest was complete. I did 4 straight minutes.
Good
Of
lord.
it because you can on this map. You can because there's just so much rotations and brawling. If you just play it, like if you just sit right in the pocket, you can get requests done so fast. I imagine it'll be W build, but conceivably, if this Vol player is feeling confident, we can see something fun.
Yeah, I mean, with the lifesteal from Tassadar and the constant healing from Ariel and AA build, I mean, Vala may as well be a warrior. Like, it's a they don't need to take 2 warriors. They already got one with the Ariel Tassadar support. So that's definitely going to be a problem. And if there's some patient play as far as stuns and roots and engagement, there could be reduced value to be had out of Guardian of Ancient Kings. Just allow Vala to poke people down before giving them the big armor. And then go in and engage afterwards. So there's definitely a lot to play with these first 3 heroes being selected. The old Gingo will be banned out. No zipping and zagging for him.
Yeah, the hyper mobility. They're like, you know what? Let's not. It's not allowing to get into our backline with Genji. That would be good. So he's going to be denied here. A lot of just raw brawling potential. A lot of lockdown with the Uther and the Anub. So I dig it. I dig it. They're going to need some hard damage, and they're going to need good follow-up. Kael'thas might actually be a viable option here once again. Additional bit of CC, good wave clear, good lockdown, and then the burst that I'm talking about as well. So definitely an option to look at here as well. Nubarak, we have been seeing him run more as a solo tanker recently, surprisingly. And I don't think that's... maybe it still might be likely. Greymane and Cassio. That's a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage. Sometimes the best defense is a crazy offense.
Wait. There's a last pick that you used to quite enjoy being pulled out here. And I'm wondering if Oversoul, it has some synergy with what they're running. What would that be?
Oh. Are we ready for adventure? Could it be?
Ready for adventure! I think it could justifiably happen here.
The stars have aligned, solar eclipse on Monday or not. I think that if this is another auto attack based hero at all, even if it's not, if there's a situation to bring the Lily out, it's with Cassia, it's against a superhero Vala.
And they really don't have it would actually still be okay here against the Zool as well.
Come on. Oversoul?
Oversoul.
Now, as a caster in Verum, I would be completely objective and unbiased in my commentary for this game. But as a person, as a human being, as a fan of that new game Hero... Have you played that new game? That new game Hero Storm that just came out?
Hero Storm. Hero Storm. That one, Hero Storm. Yeah,
as a fan of the Hero Storm, if this was Lily, you'd be speaking to my heart. Oversoul. You have a chance to make a fan out of me.
Yeah.
17 seconds.
You could just go Johanna or something. Fine.
Show us the brass set. Let's see it. Show us the gumption.
Adamantium knockers there. Put them together.
Show us the gumption. Let's go.
Gumption. Oh baby.
Show us potato set. Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, one job Oversoul. You had one job.
One job.
I get it. You know,
that's fine. It's still a good pick with
sanctification.
It's fine. It's good. I guess.
But you're breaking my heart over here.
I know. I guess.
And Ram, you got me all fired up for the Lily, man. That would have worked. That would have worked. That would have been it. Dude, could you imagine if Lily got locked in? Team Numerics would have done the math and they'd be like, well,
we done goofed.
This could get a little rough.
Because they literally had no way of other than Hook and Detainment Strike and Rain of Vengeance, 3 not overly easy abilities to land at long range. They had no way of stopping Jugs. You get locked down by the Zool in the Bone Prison. It's just like Guardian of Ancient Kings, and Lily presses buttons. Uther presses maybe some buttons, and you're fine. And he can do the additional healing. Oh my god, now Lily does additional healing on Uther. Oh.
I mean, I would have wanted Water Dragon. Just to be completely real with you.
That's fair. I mean, Sank also does a lot here. Sank will deny a good chunk of the poison. It'll do a very good job of helping someone who gets roped in by stitches. I mean, Tyrael's still a really good pick. Don't get me wrong. It's just style points.
You know what else would have done a lot? Lily's blinds.
Yeah, for the Cassia.
We're loading in the game now. Someone may have a potato. Oh no.
Oh, Magic Pants. No, Magic Pants. I believed in you. I gave you a hype ass intro, buddy. Come on. We're good. We Gucci. We're fine.
All right, the semifinals are here. The team that comes away to winners here will buy their way into the finals. On the left, we're gonna have Oversoul. Harik is on Uther. Magic Pants So on Cassia, Shank is playing Tyrael, Wars on Anubrak, and Solo's playing Greymane, DPS Lily, only Lily. I agree.
Yes, indeed. On the other side, in the red trunks, we have Caesar Salad on the Oriole, Fazda on Stitches. We've got Vala being played by Vin, Juggernaut being playing the Tastar rather, and Flyest Raven on the Zool. They have come so far tonight. They have won both of their matches, but they're up against their toughest opponent yet. Can Team Numerics, do they have what it takes to lock this down, Lauren?
We'll see. We got some support for Team Oversoul in the chat here. Drinking runs at hi, everyone. How are the games going? These games have been fantastic.
My heart is every old. I'd be quoting that on my deathbed. Then we're like, how was your life, Paul? And I was like, these games have been fantastic. It's gonna be it. It's gonna be amazing.
I like it. Flyest Raven, fast to rotate up. Shank on Tyrael's gonna start the back away. He's gotta watch it though, because if he tries to Q and it gets read by Stitches, he can find himself in a world of hurt. Not to be this time though. War's gonna burrow in. Vin and the boys gonna start to back away. Solo leading the charge, going under towers, and it's enough to secure the first takedown of the game.
Ooh, very nice. Vala unfortunately did not dodge the crucial impale there. That was it. That was the difference maker. Just slight mistiming on that vault. But overall, just really solid rotation there. They popped the Oracle just in time to realize, oh, it's too late for us, friends. That being said, Solo has found himself in a world of hurt here. Nice to see the Americans done and just enough to keep in place. But Caesar Salad, his support play, honestly, dude, this is one of, like, his support play universally has been good tonight. Like, I obviously am biased for looking towards good supports, but he's really impressed me so far tonight. I think probably the MVP of our games thus far.
Yeah, I mean, he's been making big plays, though. Those silences have been huge and impactful, turning the side of team fights and turning things into favor of Team Numerics. Really helped him get back into the game last go around as well. So I'm not surprised to see Caesar make himself and his presence known in the early game on Ariel. He's doing work, man.
And what I really like is how they're like running this tri-lane setup. So they have so much wave clear with Stitches and Zool that they're just easy rotation between top and mid. And now they're just allowing this tri-lane to exist as it wants to. Allow the trifecta to shine, to thrive, to flourish, and really just, you know, exist in a happy space. And look at how much damage they're getting in here. Once again, though, beautifully executed is that Oracle just being like, hey, buddy, we know what's up.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that we don't really talk about too much in the draft. There's a nice hook onto Anubrak who's already used his burrow. Then could look to press the issue. A nice stun from Herrick will secure the disengage. But Zool and this tri-lane push from Ariel is going to be a lot for Oversoul to deal with. They don't exactly have a ton of wave clear, so it's definitely have some implications later on. But the first Punisher phase is here.
Yeah, and this is where the wave clear is huge. And Zool, so they're winning in terms of skeletal defenders, and Flyest Raven is also being a split push god. He already has ammo out in the top lane. Solo is also getting... How are they doing so much at once here? Solo is so low, and he's gone. Nice engage, though, from the Unibrak well. Back to Stone. Shanks well flank. Caesar Salad doesn't have those skills, though. Ariel getting lots of hope there. There's the mental shift as well, trying to get himself out of there. Fasta moving his way in. That's Stitch's play so far. All night long. Been fantastic.
Absolutely. The solo is solo. I like that, man. Well, nicely played, But, oh no, Vala then is out for it the hard way. And Tassadar Ariel, you're not going to be able to stop all that. I get it. You're trying to be face tank Vala. But you put your face out there a little bit too long, a little bit too bold. That's going to be another take.
Yeah, the flavor of Doritos was just a little bit too bold there, friends. As 31-13, though, there's a nice burrow charge. Warrior needs to be careful, though, because that is his engage. And now Flyest Raven has joined the party, and with a little bit of additional lockdown here, here's going to be securing himself probably some takedowns here. Yes, indeed, that's slam. Come on and slam, says Fasta, welcoming everybody to the jam with 3 more skeletal defenders are all that is required. And despite the fact that that was a 4v5 engage that entire time, we are actually seeing the red team come out on top, getting the objective as well.
I mean, they called Flyest Raven and like he was the cavalry man. He came in with the deal with the shades. It was just like, all right, I don't have to stick around for too long. I'm just gonna get this root, get this takedown. You guys are good. All right, I'm going back to PvE. Gonna go up and find Solo in the top lane, get the root there, apply some pressure with the Q scythe damage. Flyest Raven, what's going on, man?
Flyest Raven is playing some of the best Zool I've seen in a very long time. The second he is not needed, he's like, macro. But, oh, he pulled it into the root! There's the follow-up from the Punisher. John Cena, Fasta. This guy's Stitch's play is next level. That was the last route to pop. That was frame perfect. Are you kidding me? Who is this team, Lauren, and why do I not know more about them?
I'm not sure, and it'd be real easy for Fast to be like, oh, that was planned, and from what we've seen tonight, I think it very well might have been. I would have never thought to use the hook in that capacity. The near perfect frame, like you said, is going to secure the roof. He looked down at his feet, was like, wait, why am I stuck? Oh, I'm not even mad, man. Nicely done. Like, you can't, if that happened to me, I couldn't even be angry, but like, well played, sir. Good job.
I'm just impressed. I can't even be mad. I'm just impressed. Just too good. And the macro play getting 2 camps simultaneously as well. While Zool splits those 2 lanes, they've got pressure in the bot as well. It's the little stuff. Like the fact that he's leaving the swipes, or this, like, just until the additional wave gets there. I'm super impressed by every decision coming out now, right? Oversoul definitely has the work cut out for them. They are down 2 levels, Haloran. This is a big deficit to make up.
Yeah, this next Punisher phase is going to look like a grim task for the members of Oversoul. They're not out of it yet. This game is still pretty early on. They will get their heroics sooner or later. They're just going to need to be on the defensive for the next little duration, and we're not going to see Team Numerics waste their opportunity to press their foot on the pedal. They're going for this middle fort. They're going to take this down with no interruption or objection from Oversoul. They are maximizing value right now.
Yeah, absolutely. But to be fair to our good buddies over at Oversoul, they are playing this exactly correct. They know they're behind the heroics. There's like, there is no point in us to take a fight right now. We just need to get level 10. We need to survive. We need to get ourselves into a position where we can fight. Flyest Raven might actually be in trouble here, though. Solo. Flyest Raven, don't push your luck, your friend. You are very dead. Oh, or not. Caesar Salad. Oh, no. Ooh. Oh, Solo dodging everything. That might actually be enough. No, it is not. That was still really nice. Flyest Raven with the hard debated.
He almost had the jukes, man. He had the Nikes on. It just wasn't going to be enough. Ultimately does get taken down. The next Shrine phase will be here. Fortunately for Oversoul, it'll be in the lane. They still have a fort. They are going to get level 10. They're going to continue to apply pressure and get what kind of siege value that they can. Flyest Raven will come down as a response. But, as great as Izzul's been so far, I don't think he's going to do too much damage. Oh, no. I like this.
Yeah, this is big. They're getting as much free manual pushing as they can, and before level 13 is reached, they're uneven talent here. This is the time to fight Grizz. Crazily just though denying a lot of it. They did stall this dimensional shift as well. Okay, beautifully done, but that is a good cocoon in the back lines while trying to get him out, and yes, they do. So here comes the hope, but a beautiful sanctification as well, denying so much. This is shields there as well. Juggernaut's taking a lot of damage while the blinds are coming as well, and that is a lot of damage from the Vala, though. Brady Shield keeping Cassie alive in the back of this nice heal smooth through, but they're going with the Fed. Can Magic Pants do it? No, he can't, Haloran. The heals from Caesar Salad are just too much.
The sanctification was full maximum value, but the DPS was just not going to be there. Ariel Tassadar proved to be a wily pair to deal with. Uther is going to be taken down as well. 2 for nothing in favor of Team Numerics. Fast and Fast has been setting up a lot. Putrid Bile was huge and impactful. Still only 13 defenders left here. They're going to push this top fort down for free. The sustain is real from Team Numerics.
Absolutely massive. A beautiful Crystal Aegis to start that off, but that did mean that dimensional shift was burned instantly. A lot of resources to keep the Tassadar alive, but then they were able to counter it, and then a great D-shield that ended up keeping the Cassie alive, but she just couldn't get that damage off. They instantly, really good thought process taking down the Vala, because that's the hope generator, and she's also the best one to deal with taking down the cocoon. Obviously, Tassadar can rip that through not too badly, but I love the thought process there with that cocoon target. In the end, it didn't quite do enough, but it was so close. If one takedown, they'd gotten one takedown to start that off, that was a completely different team fight. But now with 13, now with the Punisher, this is a great spot for Numerics to be in.
Yeah, Team Numerics has definitely thrived in these narrow margins. Like you said, we could be having a very different conversation right now. Vala being a lead guitarist of this composition, they're able to take her down right at the beginning. It could definitely snowball in favor of Team Oversoul, but Team Numerics just hangs on. You get the more Punisher, that bad boy will be looking to rock and roll in this top lane. There's the jump onto a new Barak. Eric and the boys are here, however. Ball Lightning goes out. It's going to force out the spread, minimizing the value had there. Right now, Team Numerics are looking for trouble.
Yeah, there's the force wall down, as you mentioned, and the great stun, though, but there's the dimensional shift. They were going to want the follow-up, though. Can they find it? But that is the Putrid Bile as well. Zool is not here. This is a 4v5. That is a nice cocoon as well in the back of this. Are they just going to leave him to die? No, they're going to commit. The sanctification is actually not a lot of value there, As Stitches is getting chunked, he's split, he's spread, he's dead, and that is another great follow-up there as well. The Payment Strike for Juggernaut does not have another dimensional shift. Is the healing going to be up there? Halorn, I'm not sure. There's the straight as well. The follow-up, can they make this happen?
Oversoul needs to squeeze blood from a stone and get everything they can out of this, and they do. They get tasked, and our Flyest Raven is going to rotate up, but even down tier advantages or not, the 4v5 is going to be enough for Oversoul to get a couple of takedowns and try to buy their way back into this mid-game. They needed that environment, and they got it.
Yes, indeed. Viva Peru going out there for Oversoul. Really nicely done there. They smelled blood. They knew Zool was in the bot lane. Could not get there in time. They needed to press an advantage. Really nice, decisive shot calling from them there, saying, guys, I don't care if we're down a talent tier. I don't care if we're behind. We know this is a 4v5. We need to take every advantage we can get.
Helps them get the Bruiser camp as well. They know that the next Punisher phase will not be in the top lane. I'm actually thinking they might have been able to wait on that a little bit. Wait for the next shrine to activate and then leave that up there and force out a response. Flyest Raven have been playing PvE all game. Leave them up top. Try to get an advantage again with the 4v5. That's going to allow Ariel and Vala to just clear that out. So I think that's something of an overall macro play decision as far as that goes. Something of a misstep.
Yeah, I would agree. And actually, are they going to leave the Bruiser camp here? Stitch is sitting there waiting to cap that. I can't quite tell from the mini-map, but we'll see here. And there's the timing, just as you discussed. Flyest Raven, that was in a lot of trouble. No, is able to get himself out there, though. Nicely done. They just couldn't quite find that burst damage there. And just go for the throat. So not having that curse bullet, that instant percentage-based damage might have been an impact there, all things considered. But this is the shrine activating, as you mentioned. It is in the top lane. Well, it is mid, but it is easy access to the top lane to defend those Bruiser camps. But that is still now pressure that has to be dealt with, especially when Fasta is getting all these hooks. They don't want to give them a chance to back up. They don't want to give them a chance to reset at all.
And this is going to be do or die in a lot of ways for Oversoul. They are down their level 16 tiers. So if they do decide to go in, they'd be on the high wire for real. Looks like they're going to try to play it a little more passively. They don't want to bet their chips all on a tier disadvantage fight. They do decide to back away. Solo will be able to get this siege camp. Uther Cassidy taking care of top. It's going to allow Team Numerics to come away with this Arcane Punisher. They could be knocking on keep doors at the very least here, man.
Yeah, exactly. And level 16 now, this is a big talent tier. This is a really big talent tier here for the side of Team Numerics. Vala is going to start hitting like an absolute truck. Zool is going to start being super annoying, and Ariel is just like, I will show you the world, says Ariel, with that Will of Heaven. So Vala just, you know, harder than your average bear. That is the pause, please. We actually have him back, so I think we're actually just fine.
Yeah. PP does go out, but Caesar Salad is already back in action, so we shouldn't be going for too long. But yeah, and Vern, we cannot understate the value of Will of Heaven. Added 20% attack speed. Vala so far is leading hero damage by no small margin. Already has 32,000 damage. The next person is going to be Cassia with only 23. You give her 20% more attack speed? Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah.
But at level
that's one way of
13,
putting it.
Wellmet was picked up by Uther. Reduction on damage, that definitely can help things out. But it's starting to look a little grim for Oversoul offensive.
Yeah, I mean, really good job baiting it, but it is an Arcane Punisher. It's already going down. The hook is only finding the Anubarak, so that's fine. Honestly, that was a pretty solid defense, all things considered, I have to say. The Keep's still alive, so I think that's about as much as you could ask for.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, they shredded the health bar of that Punisher. Being down a tier advantage to be able to save your Keep in that situation, you don't lose any heroes either. Hey, I mean, things are starting to look up in a lot of ways for Oversoul, because like you said, man, that could have been infinitely worse.
Yeah, I mean, Cassia Greymane, that is just a metric ton of damage there. The Force Wall, not even going to come down. They know they have the Burrow Charge. I have to say, Warrior is doing a really good job of always being the target. It's like, great, burn all your cooldowns on me. I'm the bug. I got a shield. I got an escape. I can take it. You know what I mean? I'm the Samwise Gamgee of this fellowship. I will carry you, my friends. And now level 16 has been reached. This is the even talent tier. This is where they fight. And they're still not out of this game. The fact that they're down so much in terms of infrastructure and just structure, they are in a pretty good spot to come back here. But with Cassia, with Greymane in that late game, that's a lot to deal with. Zula is starting to outlive his usefulness.
Yeah, I mean, Zul definitely is not going to get the value he once had. A level 16 Alpha Killer was the talent of choice. That's going to be a good amount of damage. Boosted Martial Law who we picked up. Holy Ground, that's going to isolate things. Epicenter level 16. We were commending War on as a Nubarak play, and it's only going to be further expanded on with that. Benediction level 16 for further sustain. So the tools are definitely going to be in place for Oversoul to turn this thing around. If they win a team fight and the objective decisively, they can walk through the fort pretty quickly and even things up.
Oh, that beetle.
Yeah.
That beetle did work. Oh, man. Post 20, once we get that mortal wound, mortal strike, whatever it's called, the one Braun always messes up. This will be slightly different because Uther is going to start getting a lot less value here. But overall, just really solid positioning now for both teams. If one takes a decisive team fight, takes a Punisher, I mean, they could even conceivably end if they can snowball it correctly. Both sides. Though reported is tougher, but it's getting there. It's that's only 15 minutes. Maybe that's a bit of an overstatement. Maybe that's a bit optimistic.
Perhaps a bit ambitious, but so is that engagement on Tassadar. It almost got the takedown. The dimensional shift is going to be there. Crystal Aegis is still available. Future Boss get used pretty early as well. There's a nice hook onto Tyrael, but he's going to be able to cue himself out of there. Holy ground for the disengage as well. Flying straight, and then all hands on deck. Magic Pants on the flank, looking to do some damage. Not going to be able to make too much of an impact, but there's a Sanctification. Saves Tyrael at the last possible moment. Tyrael finds himself on the rope. Starts to back away. There goes the Ancestral Mage. Solo's low. He goes down in Baron.
Yeah, that was a really crucial overlap between the Divine Shield and the Sanctification to cost them big here as Herrick is caught in the backlines while the Nice hooks well into Magic Pants. He's getting caught via body blocks. Flyest Raven absolutely going off here. Look at the raw mechanical prowess coming out here. A bit of a crucial oversight. Uther didn't think that Tyrael was going to pull that off. They burned 2 massive cooldowns in unison, and for what? The double support was huge here, and I'm wondering if this was a Lili, how different would these fights be?
Yeah, I think it's a very valid and interesting question. I mean, Sanctification has definitely gotten some value, but it hasn't been enough to set up takedowns or things that go in their favor. But again, this is another instance where Team Numerics moves in with a narrow margin. Tassadar was a stone's throw away from going down. You have the Punisher go in on a Nubarak, forces out the burrow there. That should net the first keep of the game. A Nubarak will live, however. Punisher starts to make its way back. Looking for the next jump. That's going to allow the bottom keep to fall, and in Baron, this could be the beginning of the end.
This could be it as Magic Pants finds the hook, and the rest of the team is there to back him up. Chank is committed with that Holy Ground, trying to peel and doing a good job of doing so. He is going to live for now. Magic Pants is trying to shred this, but they just need to right-click the core. They can do this. We just need to get that damage in there. Vin is there. That's what they're saying. They want to advance to the grand finals here at HeroesHype, and that is the takedown. The core is under threat. It is under pressure, and there's the strafe as well. They are trying to make this happen. Halor, another takedown, and I think this is going to be it.
But just a Nubarak and Tyrael, yeah, this
Numerics.
Nicely done. Team Numerics hold on. The Sanctification goes down, but this is all a formality. There's the hook to bring Tyrael on back in. Making that point known. Faster with the macro play. Lands another precise hook. Nicely done. And with that steady, consistent team fighting prowess, and a lot of that 4v5 no less, they've made their way to that best of 3 in the finals.
Yes, indeed. And I want to say the big difference maker here. Cassia, 32,000 damage. Vala, 57,000 damage. 25,000 more damage coming out, almost doubling that DPS of the Cassia. That was really the big difference maker there, and that just able to keep consistently giving Caesar Salad something to work with. Every day I say sentences that I'd never say, never thought I'd say in my life, but here we are.
Heroes of the Storm, baby. I was about to say this is what we live on right here. It was impressive. I mean, Vin definitely did work at 7 kills. Just was able to outpace Cassia. Greymane was only able to pull together 28,000 hero damage. Wasn't able to secure any kills themselves directly. It just seemed like the Ariel Tassadar was just the foil to their form of aggression. We saw some really good Sanctifications that game. There was one in the top lane where all 5 members were able to sustain throughout, fully maximizing the value. But in those situations when that happens in Verum, you gotta have the damage to capitalize on it. Those are the moments to turn the tide of a team fight in your favor and force out a defensive posture of the enemy team. But after the Sanctification, Team Numerics was just like, well, okay, so anyway, back to us doing damage and leaning forward. They just weren't able to get the takedowns at key critical moments.
Yeah, and one of the big ways we always see Tyrael paired with the Greymane is that Greymane goes into the back line and Tyrael goes with him, and then Tyrael sanks the back line to do that. That's one way. Okay, or you've got the Uther, you've got the Divine Shield. So Tyrael then sanks the back line and you D-shield Greymane when he goes in. Maybe that's what you do, but instead that never happened. Cassia got the D-shield, Tyrael got the D-shield. I think that there's just a bit of a miscommunication between where the DPS were going and where the support needed to be. And I feel like if they can clean that up, Oversoul's looking in a really good spot. There was a lot of decisive shot calling when we saw it. It was just a little bit of I want to say miscommunication, but just a little bit of uncertainty in coordinating out those big cooldowns. So I feel like if they can tighten that up, they're in a really good spot.
Well, one thing to that, speaking to that, I think that's a really good point. In that last team fight over the objective, we saw actually Cassia, Magic Pants, on the flank. And if you're going for go for the throat, I feel like you actually want to have Greymane flanking. Once Tassadar, once someone's really low on health, then you jump in, you have the arc, you have that added burst to push someone over the edge and take them out and then get the cooldown reset. We saw them actually pull it off in the top lane when they started to find that resurgence to get themselves back in the game. If they're going to have Greymane just hang out on the front line like that and be that, bruiser style, I think Cursed Bullet would have done a lot more. You take 40% of the health bar off of Stitches, with as heavily committed as they were to taking down Stitches in the team fights, I think you want that percentage-based damage.
Yeah, I agree. And you kind of mentioned that earlier. I feel like they were lacking a bit of that burst, and they jumped on Zool in the bot lane, and he just walked away scot-free.
He was like, well,
this is
like,
this is
I'm
fine.
good.
I'm good, guys.
I'm chilling.
That being said, yeah.
Anyway,
advanced grand finals to face off against Team Numerics here. So this is going to be our best of 3 finals. This is going to be exciting, man. I'm pumped. It's 11:20. It's not too late here on the East Coast. I'm quite pleased with that.
Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Who is this team? So in Verum, there was a time like I said over HeroesHype Tempo Storm Series 2. Who is this team? Took down Flamer's Lane. So I remember one week we didn't follow that track of the bracket. So like we finished one of the games. It's like, oh, these games have been fantastic. And then we look at the bracket. And I was like, wait, Flamer's Lane got taken down? Who is this team that took them down? And I'm like, wait, actually, the name of the team is legit. Who is this team? Like, I had the most meta moment where it just all hit me at once.
Who is this team?
It's who is this team? So it just all converged on me. So I'm really excited to see these guys make it to the finals in the best of 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good to see what these teams are made out of. We've seen some decent draft diversity so far coming out from Team Numerics. We followed through who have looked really solid in all of their games, have played well from ahead, have played well from behind, have kept composure, really elicited powerful macro play, in my opinion. I think it's really so far been their decisive, their competitive advantage. Really good support play. Solid DPS support synergy and really solid macro play and rotations. Their team fights are good. I feel like there's some times where they can clean this up a little bit, and they do tend to overextend. I feel like if they get those under locks, they're definitely going to be good competitors for Who Is This Team, who, as you said, have taken down some strong competition, so we know they are no slouches.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams, I believe Team Numerics is in the open division. I wouldn't be surprised if Who Is This Team was not involved in that capacity as well. There are definitely a lot of conversations about who's doing well in the open division, who should come out on top each given cup. But if teams like this continue to improve and sharpen their craft, we could have some dark horses emerging out of nowhere. I do think that Team Numerics, they have a lot of potential as a team, like you said. On that Towers of Doom game, it seems to me like they're willing to play in the same style as their opponent. I think we've seen Team Numerics tonight have moments where they played more conservatively, where they waited for the next map objective, or they waited for a tier advantage or something like that. But when they went up against Watch Apex Stream, they are no strangers to just going full ham at every possible turn. So that might be something that can be used to their advantage, but is also a potential liability. If they go up against a team that's able to shift gears on them often, they could be caught off guard. So I think that'd be the biggest path to improvement for them.
Yeah, I think so too. The ability to just sort of like, okay, we were doing this, but the game plan didn't quite come together, and now we have to do this, and it's just that shifting and getting everyone on the same page really quickly. Yeah, that's definitely, I think, the marker of a mature team, a team who's got that synergies played together for a while. So obviously, as these teams play together more, we're only going to see more of that strength developed and really honed here into that razor's edge that we like to see. Yeah, we're just waiting on this next lobby to be put together here, seeing where the map bands are at, and then we will get you guys into this as soon as humanly possible here for our grand finals. Of course, if you guys want to support this tournament, support the channel, be sure to subscribe here on Twitch. It helps out a lot. Give something back to the tournament as well, and it allows you guys the opportunity to unlock some sick emotes, all that good stuff. So, yeah, I think we're good.
Absolutely, we're a few subs away from getting our next emote here on the channel. Always cool and exciting to see. All the proceeds from the subs go towards a party which will be happening at BlizzCon. The HeroesHype party at last year's BlizzCon, the parts I remember were a ton of fun.
The parts I remember.
I tried to slide that through.
Fun.
I tried to slide that through.
What you said. Is that where the lie? Was it at that party that came about?
It was the party before that, and that was a large part. So, Squadron had a party. That's where I ran into Salinity and the Lizard Wizards, and that's where the lie came from. And then that was so good, I had a few more at the HeroesHype party, and then I had a few more, and then I had a few more, and then the parts I remember were a ton of fun.
And then I woke up.
Then I jumped in a time machine, and it was the next morning.
Yeah, I thought to myself, I've never climbed a fence that high before, and I woke up in bed.
But I think that's where the whole James Baker meme came from. Because like when I showed up to the HeroesHype party, HeroesHype had partnered up with Dignitas to like kind of like sponsor that. And I get there to the party had already started. Like I was at the other party, like I said. And I get to the door and someone's just like, if you run into Bakery, just introduce yourself as James Baker. And I was like, I can do this. So I, sure enough, I see him standing over there. So I just casually walked up. I was like, "Hey, how's it going, man? I'm James Baker." And he just kind of looked at me like, "Really, dude?" And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm always down to meme. I'm just
memeing and dreaming here, lads. Memeing and dreaming. We're all James Baker now."
Definitely.
Oh,
so it looks
man.
like someone's taking
a bathroom
break.
That was everyone.
I don't know. We may want to take a break ourselves, to be honest. We're just chilling.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I'm down if you want to take a quick 5-minute breather.
Yeah.
All right, let's do that. Use a bio real quick.
Yeah. Put on some of the music again here. But get your friends in here. We're about to have an exciting best of 3 team numerics. Has looked strong all night. Who is this team? Are definitely no slouches either. So we're gonna have some fireworks, excitement, explosions, tension, drama. Get involved. Tell your friends. Bring them in here. We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. I'm Lauren, joined by the truth and Verum himself. We'll be back in a few minutes. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. This is HeroesHype Amateur Series number 81, and it's been an incredible evening of high-level Heroes of the Storm action. I am Lauren, joined by the truth and Verum. Here we are after an exciting night. We've made it to the finals. It's gonna be Team Numerics up against Who Is This Team?
Yes, indeed, and that team name looking to throw us off. But we asked the question, "Who is this team?" We get a fun answer. It's super meta. I like it. Been a great night of games, man. You're absolutely correct. I mean, we say these games have been fantastic, but really they have though. Like, honestly, I'm really impressed with the overall level of play we're seeing. They've been good, close, back and forth games. We haven't seen any stomps. Things have just been really tight. I can't honestly complain at all. We've seen a high-level drafts, high-level macro, good team fighting, good decision-making, hilarious overextensions and punishments. I love it. It's what I want to see when I come out and cast some heroes.
Yeah, I mean, it really speaks to the vibrant, lively nature of the North American amateur scene and beyond. Because, in the chat, Oversoul, I guess, was from Peru.
I think so, judging by what chat was saying.
Yeah, the fans out there for Oversoul, they were like, "Go Peru," and I was like, "Going global, baby." I know we've definitely seen some Latin America teams show up here in the past, so it's always cool to see them get involved in the amateur series. But yeah, I don't feel like the amateur scene is at a place where you can just show up and just play whatever and just kind of yuck it up and not take it serious. Like, these teams, it seems like they practice, they scrim, they understand Heroes of the Storm at a high level. And we've seen some near flawless synergies. The taunt silence from Stukov, again, still impresses the heck out of me. We've seen faster on Stitches, on Varian, and like he's been putting them together, man. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it's been a lot of really nice, small, well-executed individual timings put together into a symphony of skills, as we say, that really just delivered on some impressive kills that just lined up solid team fights. So I really can't complain. It's some of the best amateur action I've seen in a while. Casting the open division is fine, but there's a lot more teams, so you often tend to see a lot more stomps, especially when you cast the very high-end teams. We've cast a lot of Hold It Down and stuff recently, who one of the top teams, and they just tend to roll kids generally. So this is a lot more even. It's a lot more fun to watch, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I love the boys over on Hold It Down, but it's just watching them booty blast team out.
No, yeah, they hold it down, as it turns out. I think that's a really interesting point. HeroesHype has been around since the earliest days of Heroes of the Storm competitive action. So there's something of a tradition, to say the very least, of showing up here, putting your best foot forward, and playing at a high level. The open division is advertised to anyone on the very planet. As is HeroesHype Amateur Series, you can definitely get involved. But the competitive level in nature and culture has been solidified here, whereas open division is still very much a new beast with the changes to the HGC. So I think a lot of teams go in not entirely sure what to expect. So we can definitely see a wide variety of skill levels. But HeroesHype Amateur Series is a finely tuned machine, both in thanks to the admins, but also the players and teams that show up and they know to play at a high level. So it's just been a treat to watch, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I gotta give another shout out to our admin team. Running such a tight ship here, really, really solid. All the games starting on time, everyone being where they're supposed to be. I mean, we've run through this. That was the only break we've taken tonight, and it was strictly because someone had to go to the bathroom. We were ready to go. We're hopping into our next draft here, our first game of the grand finals. I cannot ask for anything more. Just such a fantastic team. All volunteers putting in all this work behind the scenes. So, and some have been doing it for literally years. So give a big shout out to them, guys. Give them your love when you see them around in the Heroes community, because they absolutely deserve it. That being said, Halorn, it is Dragonshire. The first map of the night is our first map of this grand finals. So there's some nice cyclical elements to that. I like it.
It begins, or it ends where it began. Definitely cool to see. Something that's also going to be cool to see, this is a best of 3. So we've seen Team Numerics take down some teams that it's been very evenly matched. While Team Numerics has been impressive throughout the night, they've definitely been on the ropes a few times. It's been something of a fever-pitched seesaw battle. They got to go through a team twice now if they want to claim themselves champions of the amateur series tonight. And it shows a different dynamic in competitive Heroes when you have an extended series outside of a best of 1.
Yeah, absolutely, because you get to see play and counterplay, reaction to reaction. If someone pulls out something really impressive, there could be a counterplay potential. And often for a lot of amateur teams, that is very real, because players, I don't say they tend to be one tricks, but they definitely tend to have a smaller hero pool. But that being said, we've seen such a range coming out from a lot of these, particularly, I mean, obviously I can't really speak as much to to their opponents, but Team Numerics has pulled out a good range of heroes across the board here. So we know they aren't the one tricks by any stretch here. Who is this team, though? If they can take down someone like Flameless Lame, we know they too have some broad strategies at their disposal.
Yeah, I saw Liamster's on that roster, so there's definitely some lineage there. He's been around in the amateur scene for a while. He knows how to play that new game, Hero Storm. With regards to the draft, though, we see Stitches taken off the board. Team Numerics are no strangers to the value of that hero. Ariel will then, in turn, be banned. Tassadar opens up the first pick. We saw Tassadar, Vala, Ariel do work, but with Ariel banned, we're going to see a different strategy, ultimately, for Team Numerics.
Yeah, the Dahaka, once again, God, he's just so good on this map. He offers so much, but no attempt to try and deny whatever Tassadar synergy that is. We could literally just see the Ariel, I was going to say the Ariel Vala again, but they banned it. We could literally just see Stukov again and going for that. Like, there's a very distinct possibility here as well that Stukov gets picked up. So,
I in a lot of ways, whenever you see Ariel, Vala, Tassadar, it's like, okay, I get it. That works. That's near cream of the crop as far as the current meta is concerned. But from what we've seen tonight of Caesar Salad Stukov, when Ariel got picked up last game, I was like, I don't know, man. I might actually want to see Stukov again with Tassadar's force wall. So the Ariel ban, while it would be, it's always a strong gesture in the current meta, with what we've seen of Team Numerics, that might not have phased them at all.
Yeah, I agree. And with Caesar Salad Stukov. Sorry.
Right. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Bringing the giggles. Vala Arthas, though, Tassadar, Vala. I mean, they can just throw in any support their hearts so desire at the back of this. I think I just take out Stukov still here. They've got all the wave clear in the world to deal with. They've got a good soul liner should they so desire to run Arthas in that position. They could just take something else there as well. False Start still on the board. I feel like denying the primary support is a good option here as well. Just choke them out of there as best they can, having already solidified their Uther pick. So yeah, good position here for who is this team, regardless of what they want to go for here.
And it is the Stukov. I get why you'd want Arthas. I mean, he's a strong hero in the current meta. Could slow down Uther, eats the stun, continues to advance forward, sets up the takedown. But from what we saw, how impactful Stukov was for the members of Team Numerics, I really feel like they could have afforded to give Arthas up. Fasta is definitely a player that is... He seems to have a variety of heroes he's able to play. If he can play a variant that well with that build and Stitches that well, I don't think they needed to take Arthas right there. They could have gave him up. And there are going to be instances in Varium where a silence is the difference between a Divine Shield or not, the difference between Dahaka burrowing or not. I just feel like there was a lot of value they left on the board by taking Arthas over Stukov.
Yeah, you know what? I can't say that I disagree, especially with how well we know they can play the hero. Arthas, for us, is an unknown variable. We cannot quantify it, how it fits in this. Obviously we can use our own opinion on how the hero functions and all that good stuff. But also we know how good that Stukov play was. So it's really just sort of, the devil in this instance. And maybe they're just showing that they're not reliant just on that hero. They can do other fun stuff. But I mean, they took the trifecta last game and dominated with it. They had the opportunity to take a good variant on it here and chose not to. So interesting to say the least.
It could be a long con situation though, where it's like Caesar Salad, we might not even have seen his trap card activated yet. Like, he's just kind of long conning, I'm gonna play Stukov and then Ariel and make these look like really enticing bans, but actually this is my best support, so now I'm gonna really step in here and rock your face.
Yeah,
that could be what we're seeing here.
I wouldn't disagree, and especially with the addition of the Greymane here. So I'm looking over at the draft of who is this team, and this draft to me just screams versatile. They've got good wave clear, they've got good macro and rotations, they've got good lockdown, they've now got an additional global. This team can do it all, Lauren.
Well, I mean, we were talking about in the earlier part of the draft, you were like, the Dahaka Uther, they're not worried about the Tassadar pick at all. They're looking to play their own game. Maybe it was just, we're not worried about what they're picking because our comp is going to be so well-rounded and have so many different facets to it that they could literally take anything and we'd be in a position to be ready for it. Even if they do go for, a strong double warrior composition, Greymane opens up opportunities with Cursed Bullet. If they have a squishier back line and they need to dive, Greymane can jump there with Go for the Throat. Falstad and Doc could fly in as well. So they're pretty much poised to respond to anything these last two heroes could throw at them. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. And Go for the Throat is an option. Cursed Bullet's an option, depending on the warrior pick here. Obviously, into the support is, I think it's going to be Solo Tank Arthas, though, but you could still justifiably run that Go for the Throat into all the roster squishies I imagine they're going to be putting together here is solid. So, two solid rosters are going to be put together here. I think it's really going to come down to execution. Rhaegar Illidan walking that middle ground. I like it because Tass, what excellent synergy. I actually really like. Oh, and the Arthas Illidan synergy too. I love how this turned out, but ETC.
Ooh.
Spicy.
That is definitely going to be the old Oral Hershiser curveball. Didn't expect him to come up, but in the Eastern class, ETC kind of found himself back on the map. We've been talking about how there's so many different bits of information that allow a trickle-down effect to encourage and enrich the amateur scene. ETC seems to be back to business. If you want to worry about Illidan, if you want to try to shut down Dimensional Shift, potentially Power Slide can get you there, but there's something to be said for potentially having a triple global presence on the map in Baron.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm looking at this right now, and I'm thinking Mosh Pit's the call.
Mm-hmm.
As of now, they really have not a whole lot of options to deny that Mosh Pit. And
Oh, no, they don't.
they really don't. I mean, Rain of Vengeance is the consistent, but
Hell, they
Yeah.
really don't. They really don't.
and that was an insta-lock ETC. Like, they knew. They knew.
They were like, you've activated our trap card, actually. All right, though, get excited, everybody. On the left side in this best of three finals, we're going to have Who Is This Team? Fats is on Falstad. Sirius is playing ETC. Liamsters is on Greymane. Edward Torres is playing the hockey. And Sheezy Deezy is going to round it out on Uther.
Yes, indeed. And on the other side here, we have the team we've been following all night long. We have Caesar Salad on Rhaegar, Flyest Raven on Illidan. We have Vin on Vala, Juggernaut on Tassadar, and Fiesta playing that Arthas. Team Numerics has been looking solid all night long, but up against their toughest opponents yet in this best of three, Haloran, can they round it out?
We'll see. I mean, this stands to be their greatest threat and opposition tonight. Liamster throws out the cue. It's the banana cocktail, maximizing value there. Caesar Salad not going to be hit by that. Wave is going to be cleared out. Then on Vala by themselves in the bot lane. Then has been an absolute terror on the Demon Hunter. Could look to go off. Baited battle between Dahaka and Illidan in the top lane will be offset by Juggernaut showing up on Tassadar. Edward Torres has to back away.
Yeah, that and that task to the equation is just like, well, these are variables I cannot account for. Not fantastic here, as the rotations from both teams are starting to come out and then find themselves on the map, trying to establish that rotational presence, that rotational advantage on the long term here. Caesar Salad, though, and friends, but holding that wow up the top lane. That is a quick takedown on Tassadar and Fall Stats. The trade is very real right now. 1-for-1 to start this off. And I don't blame our observer because I didn't see that coming either.
I guess Edward Torres found the way to account for the variable. He somehow takes down Tassadar in a 1v2. What?
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay.
I guess.
So Edward Torres, best Dahaka NA. I really don't understand how there's a takedown. And like Juggernaut it wasn't like he went under towers or something like that. Like Tassadar's body was way out on this side of the map. I'm stumped.
Yeah, I'm a little confused. Fats has found Flyest Raven, who's decided he wants to face check towers. I feel like that was a misclick because he's basically dead now. Did I see that right?
There was an attempt, I guess. I mean, he just dove in under towers. Like this is a thing I'm going to do. Oh wait. I'm actually, my base is on the right side of the screen, actually. Excuse me, I should go.
Yeah. Suddenly colorblind. I've made a huge mistake. .gif. Oh, Vin with that cheeky sidestep. Really nicely done there. Good root spell coming from Pasta. From the top lane, Dahaka is just getting pressured out here. But luckily, he's like, I got Essence. I'm fine. To be honest.
I'm chilling. Both these teams pretty much even on experience for the moment. Both shrines in possession of Who Is This Team. Speed Metal is going to be the talent of choice. Full command cocktail build so far. One who collects for added sustain. Holy Fire for the wave clear. Healing Totem. Friend or Foe. Punishment. College Light. And Frozen Waste. I like that.
Yeah, like the two down the bot lane, though. Caesar Salad might be in a little bit of trouble here, but Vin has decided, hey, I can just damage 2 guys. Let's do it. Ezra Torres has found a friend in Flyest Raven. He's using that evasion to the highest capacity, but Fats is like, guys, it's fine. I can just hammerang him to death. And they're just sort of forced to just chill. Not an ideal situation. Down in the bot lane, Vin needs to start getting damage in because Caesar Salad's decided he wants to fight. Dropping the totem, getting the double lightning shield with that lightning bond. Actually, really like this. This is actually some clutch support play. That being said, that is a clutch power slide in series. Beautiful chain CC and Caesar Salad!
Heads up decision making. Caesar Salad decides not to go back behind the wall and potentially eat the Gul'dan cocktail. Heads up decision making. LSR player would be waiting to respawn as we speak. In the top portion of the map, Flyest Raven looking to apply pressure to Falstad. Ultimately decides to jump away. Both of the shrines now swing back over in the way of Team Numerics. Fazza walks up there like he's gonna do it, but Leamsters wasn't about to let that happen.
That being said, Vin's like, I want to make this. That's not your game, friend. That being said, though, double kill potentially here for the Fats. Wow. He could have just walked through the gate, though. He could have just walked through the gate, though. Serious? Dude. Surely you're not being serious. Oh my god.
Fazza just walked right up into Greymane's grill and was just like, I'm hanging out here. I want to talk. We're going to have this conversation right now. I'll eat tower shots and everything else if I send you back to base. I'll worry about my life afterwards.
Yeah, seriously. That was just dirty play, though, going in. But Flyest Raven has found the fact that Sirius has a lot of CC. Arthas does fall in the mid lane, though, as Flyest Raven's like, God damn it, this guy always has essence. Juggernaut keeping him nice and sustained, though. This 2v2 situation is about to become a rough situation as Fats has joined the party and does nothing.
Sirius, if he was able to land that power slide, that could have been definitely the end of Illidan. They are able to get out of there. Nicely done. 3 takedowns to 2. Again, even on experience, Vin will take the bottom shrine. Leamsters knows who's down there. War wages on. He's going to get the power slide after the drag. Illidan gets sewn up and buttoned. That's going to be the 4th takedown.
Yeah, the body bag brigade was there putting it together. The Valkyries have been called. And, wow, that was just the power of BTC. Guys, this hero is still kind of good in the mid lane, though. Arthas as well is just getting knocked around. Juggernaut's doing his best here to just try and keep the rotations as level as possible. Level 10's around the corner here for both teams. But really right now it comes down to the fact that neither team can really just dig that claw in. And even if he wants to, they're waiting to get level 10. They're all playing for that advantage. And right now, it's going in favor of Who Is This Team?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really impressive to watch both of these teams. While they've been, for the most part, evenly trading barbs, it does really seem like the subtext of the conversation is Who Is This Team are starting to edge ahead. They're leaning forward, they're doing takedowns, and making things happen. Leamsters down here in the bot lane is going to be able to evade Caesar Salad, and then Fats is going to roll in with the Mighty Gust. Level 10 is going to be here for both of these teams. Leamsters looks to jump in, but the Mosh Pit is the heavy commitment on Navala, but a sick cleanse from Caesar Salad could potentially leave the dog out to dry, who finds himself kicked. 5th takedown.
Feels bad, man. That's exactly what I was talking about. The second level 10 was reached. They found that Mighty Gust. They found that flank. The Mosh Pit was solid. The cleanse was good, but not being able to Ancestral Healing himself hurts real bad, man. I think I honestly just would have run for dear life there. Get the cleanse and keep going. You can cleanse while in wolf form. I think if he hadn't stopped to take that additional second, he might have actually been able to extricate himself from that situation. But that was just a really tough call all around. Really nice play, utilizing it to the second that heroic talent to your advantage.
I did not know that you can drop cleanse while you're in wolf form. Today I learned.
Yeah.
I don't think Caesar Salad knew it either.
Yeah, but that... Oh, man, the drag off the hunt! Edward Torres, the man of many essence, has never not had essence.
He is the one
entire game. Holy crap.
He's the one who collects and knocks. He's been setting up a lot of plays for his team. Edwardsaur is definitely posing a problem for Flyers, Raven, and Juggernaut. I know Juggernaut, he wants a piece of the Honda after that 1v2 takedown early on. Fast is going to fly in with the Mighty Gus after with decent tower shots. He's not too mad about that. Fast is going to try to move in. Cheesy Deezy on Uther caught forward. There's the root. There's the Divine Shield. Sirius is low on health. Uther starting to get a good amount of damage put on him. He's a ghost. There's the power slide. Rhaegar will be taken down as a firm response afterwards. Arthas drops as well. We see WhoIsThisTeam rallying back.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Rhaegar smelled blood. He's like, I need to get in there. I know, bite him real good. That Feral Lunge, I can make this happen, but he stepped too far forward, as did his friend Vin, and they both paid for it with their life. Tassadar may drop as well here. He's in a terrible situation as well. That is a rough spot, friend. He's trying to get himself out, but oh boy, that feels real bad.
This has been just a full-on melee environment. These teams are trading takedowns and heroes like it's okay. But at the end of the day, we do see experience advantage in favor of WhoIsThisTeam. The Dragonite has yet to be claimed by either team in game one of this amazing best of 3. These teams are at each other's throats. Greymane pun not intended.
Ooh, Caesar salad. Yeah, this is, I believe, as the kids say, a bit of a clown fiesta. It is definitely exciting.
The Mighty Gust.
That's his Mighty Gusts have been on point for the record.
Compliments to the chef that will pave the way for the first Dragonite of the game to be picked up by WhoIsThisTeam. They're looking to rock and roll in the mid lane. They're going to go through the wall. They're going to turn their attention towards the well. There's the punt. It's going to send Arthas out of there. They're going to further turn their attention towards Flyers. Raven has the shield for the moment and a good amount of armor. Looking to do damage, but the middle port should get claimed out of this.
Yeah, it should. And Liam Sturge is doing a lot of work here. Arthas is trying to find something in the backline, though, but if they overstep here, it could be a rough situation for them. Right as the DK breaks, push them out. Oof. And that is the re-engagement they're looking for. Caesar Salvage to not overextend this time. That is a cleanse burn on Bala. They actually thought that the tongue connected there, but it didn't. That is Army of the Dead Pup as well by Fasta as he wants this now. As they're going in with Flyers Raven, there's the first bit of CC with Farouk. Connect down to 3 as well. The follow-up, the nice. Oh, beautiful. I was going to say the beautiful Rain of Vengeance there from Bala, but that D-Shield was just too clutch. Sirius survived for an instant more, but Flyers Raven wants this. Can he get the lunge? Can he find it, Haloran? No.
Sirius is somehow able to escape, and that was a bold move by Team Numerics to go in. Mosh Pit was available, so I was looking for Sirius to turn with the Divine Mosh at any given moment, but the pressure was just there to such a degree that WhoIsThisTeam could never really turn around. I know Fats on Falstad was mashing that arc. That was the longest 10 seconds of his life. You know he wanted that Mighty Gust up as soon as possible for the disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, that was huge, and really just all about playing around these cooldowns here. Level 16 though is around the corner, and both teams are going to back out macro as best they can, just take mercenary camps. But honestly, this has just been such a back and forth brawl right now. I want to say like there's a clear advantage, but it isn't really even over the top because of the scaling of the way these teams are going to work. Obviously, Mosh Pit's always going to be a factor. Post 20, you got to talk about where Illidan stands, where Tassadar stands. Then you also got to talk about.
Well, Tassadar isn't standing right now.
Yeah, he's not floating. He's not floating. It's okay. Oh, Hunt. Oh, baby.
Oh! If you guys have seen Falstad, please let us know. We're looking for him. He just disappeared. Last seen in bot lane around the fort. Power slide goes in. Fast to Fast is going to be isolated. Liam's just going to jump in as well. Flyers Raven wants to get involved. There's a stun from Cheesy Deezy. Armor's going to be spread around. Flyers Raven looking to do what he can. But Sirius is going to be pretty thick here on ETC. No stakes just yet. They get out.
Yeah, that's Army of the Dead burn, though. That is a big cooldown as well. A whole minute without that going to be back up in their arsenal as well. And Fasta is going to be finding the blue team here in the bot lane. The stun from Uther's going to come in, but a lot of damage as well. Just back and forth. 16 has been reached, though, and that is the big factor here. You can't overcommit here. You can't overstay welcome when you're down that crucial talent here. So let's see how Team Numerics reacts to this. They've shown their ability to play well from behind before. And nice little plays like that, they're showing they can maintain it here in this grand final.
For the second time tonight, we actually see Team Numerics on the defensive, like you just said. But Team Numerics, they're a team that has resiliency. They're just looking for their right opportunity. It could come with them being on even talents here. So level 16 is now picked up. Edward Torres with the drag on Arthas. Both altars for the moment possessed. Bottom shrine gets taken away. They weren't able to steal the drag.
Really nicely done there now that level 16 has been reached for both sides. Sirius is going to look for the big mosh pit, though. Watch the cow in action here, guys. Army of the Dead is back up in 6 so fast. It feels pretty confident against the Ancestral as well, but they're really nice range of vengeance. The root is the back of the Sirius drops. Not against into the Mighty Gust. Not going to be enough here, as that is popped as well. That is the burrow, as Edward Torres is trying to make it happen. Here comes the Army of the Dead, and the Dahaka is down. Lizard, please. As we see a lot committed for that fight, but it was absolutely worth it. Still a decent amount of work with, as we have this Ancestral still up, and the hunt as well, always a threat.
Team Numerics is going to be back to business. And Verum, I feel like that last team fight or progression is the story of perfection being the enemy of good. We saw ETC and Uther wait so long to have that perfect mosh pit opportunity, that perfect divine shield opportunity. They never even used their heroics. Sirius just got taken down for free, paved the way for 2 heroes to get taken down. Sometimes you just got to go on what you got.
I mean, if you end a fight and Divine Shield and Mosh Pit are still up, something's gone wrong.
Absolutely.
It really comes down to, you know, press the buttons. The enemy team is pressing the buttons. You've got to press the buttons.
It seemed like Sirius power slid in, used face mount, and he was just like kind of standing there waiting for them to come off the cooldown so you could slide in the mosh pit. But he ended up standing there waiting and being taken down. So I definitely think the trigger needs to be pulled if they're going to get full value out of these compositions. You're just going to have confidence in your ability to make something happen. Seemed like the hesitation cost him dearly.
Yeah, I mean, Uther has cleanse. You know, he's got that. He can use that as well. Not that there's a whole lot to deal with in terms of breaking it, but you can cleanse him in and then de-shield him if you need to, just to give him that initial break through the Rain of Vengeance. I mean, the cleanse is really just to get someone out of the hunt, but I don't know. It's interesting here, especially as Edward Torres is trying to get the drag. He's popping that essence, but in the back line, what a shutdown on Sirius. Vin as well with the dodge, beautifully executed. And Haloran, this feels like the beginning of the last fight as well. Both teams have every hero to work with, and there comes the hunt. They're making this happen.
There goes the cleanse. There's a 3-person mosh, but it does get interrupted. The root goes in. Divine Shield, Mighty Gust for the disengage. They played their hand. They weren't able to get takedown, so the Mighty Gust is going to be able to send the members of Team Numerics back, who find themselves back in the game. They're on the offensive now, and they're really building momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a tricky situation right now because one misstep will cost you a lot at this point in the game. Despite the fact that the map, the infrastructure is not in too bad a shape, you'd be surprised. Post 15 minutes, post 17 and a half minutes, DK hits like a little abrupt. Now Sirius is in. Fly is Straven with the beautiful heals, though. Sirius is going to try and commit a lot here, but he can't go too far. The heals may not be enough to keep him up here with the roots, but the follow-up with the stun from the hunt. Flyas Raven securing a takedown as well, and there's the beautifully timed Ancestral. He drops the ball, Flyas Raven from the back line, trying to get this takedown. He can't even find it, but it's the Uther, not an ideal target, but I don't think it's going to matter, as the rest of the team has got the heals, got what it takes, but Caesar Salad might give it a rough spot, but no, the heals Lauren.
The moment I saw Caesar Salad Pharaoh lunge in there, I was like, okay, but that's probably going to blow up in his face. But he somehow is able to escape, and that blew this game wide open for Team Numerics. They are right around the bend from level 20. 3 heroes taking down on the side of who is this team. This Bruiser Camp is going to go through this top fort at this rate, sure. But I would take that trade any day of the week. If I can get the next Dragonite, like you said, this bad boy is going to be hitting like a real champ. Edward Torres moves in, though.
Yeah, that is everything blown, and that is him saying hello to the graveyard. And that is the level 20 and a DK coming out here for the side of Team Numerics. They were down in this game, but you know what? A couple of concise team fights with a strong late game composition did work for them. Getting this out before level 20, before Epic Mount, this was absolutely crucial. Lauren is there pushing into the spot lane. 32 seconds left to Haka. That's massive.
Yeah, that staggered death on Dahaka is going to have a huge impact. They're already dealing with so much. They're down to level 20s. This Dragonite's going to be barreling down the mid lane. Not being able to fire on all cylinders with what resources they have could definitely be the beginning of the end. If another hero gets taken down before Dahaka shows up and starts putting himself in a position to make plays, it's going to be game.
Yeah, this is it. And there's the bottom keep down. They can conceivably keep pushing if they want to, or they can just rotate into mid and take 2 keeps, which is what they're looking at now. They still got plenty of time, 44 seconds left on this DK. There's no reason to overcommit, overextend, especially with open keep gates. You know, they can make the opposing team can just go in and try and reverse sweep, reverse capitalize on this. The throws are real. So that being said, fight could happen at any moment here because level 20 has still not been reached. This is the time they need to push this advantage to Lauren.
And they're doing exactly that. 20 seconds still on this Dragon Knight. Good amount of health left as well. There's the drag. Flyest Ravens sustaining for the moment. Fats on the flank. Doesn't have level 20 because we could potentially see a cheeky Mighty Gust. They really need those Storm tier talents. They saved their middle keep, so they minimize the damage that could be potentially done. They're still in this game, but they're starting to run out of options.
Yeah, we could have tried to see the big fly Mighty Gust into Mosh Pit, but you know what? I feel like their patience was rewarded here as they are going to have level 20 very shortly, I believe, off this bot wave. Yes, they will. So, the Hawk in the top lane as well. This episode was really crucial during that. That being said, the pressure still keeps coming there. Beautiful cleanse, though. Oh, no. And now Flyest Raven is in. He is up a creek without a paddle. He tries to get himself out of there with the blink, but it is not enough. The bolt did not save him, and this is a huge overextension, a huge misstep. As Arthur's taking a lot of damage as well. But damage trying to come in here to Salad and Friends with the massive amount of pressure coming in there from that Archon as well. But Edward Torres wants to get it. There's the stun, the fall of the damage, and that is very close to a dead Task-Star, and there it is, Haloran, so close.
Caesar Salad lands another crazy ancestral healing, helping his teammates out, but in Verum, that was probably the dirtiest wind tunnel I may have ever seen in my life. But oh no, Juggernaut thought it was over. He thought he was getting away. But then Die Hard 2, Die Harder comes out and gets dragged back in with the sequel happens a lot sooner than he thought it was. That's another take.
They want to fight this though. Oh my god, the Uther is the best target they want to lose here. He'll just come right back. They found Caesar's Salad. It's delicious. And he is trying to get himself out of here, but he's stuck between a rock and a hard place with that Mosh Pit. There's a Storm Shield as well, but it's not going to be enough. Falstad trying to take a lot of damage. Vala falls, but that's my points of damage. And Haloran, this could be the end if they continue to capitalize, stagger these deaths. You're right, though. In terms of that last fight, the wind tunnel was massive, and showing them that they can execute clutch plays. Here it is.
Actually, taking out Uther ended up being something of a debated. I mean, that offered an opportunity to get Rhaegar and Vala, and they're going to continue to stagger these deaths out. There's going to be Arthas getting taken down as well. But meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, they're not worried too much about the Catapult or the Siege Camp knocking on the door of their keep. They might want to worry about that, but they're just looking to end the game. They're leaving it all on the line right here. This is gutsy.
Easy can't die, though.
And he's about to. And
he can't die.
He's like eating every tower shot.
Yeah, for some reason, he's support life, just aggro everything. But he dies. This is actually huge. With Task-Star shielding the core, the wind tunnel's massive, though, they might not actually be able to end this. It's going to be very close right now, Haloran. I think they might have the damage. Can he keep the shields on the core? The minions have spawned. The damage from Illidan is huge. This is going to be it. Fats falls. Can they do this? Do they have the damage? It's going to be close. 29%. The Death Mosh. Leamster falls. Haloran. They have thrown it. Oh, man. Kalaris?
Kalaris, is that you? Shot put or discus. Take your choice. Whatever throw technique they used, it was in full effect. They gambled the hard way. The dice hit the back wall in Verum. You see one land, and then the last dice teeters on the edge. Snake eyes.
Yep. Yep. Uther taking every tower hit known to man going in was literally what lost him the fight.
Like,
he aggroed everything.
Couldn't catch a break. Could not catch a break.
Pure support, man. Oh man, watching the replay back though, that wind tunnel to isolate the Elden and kill him was so huge. I didn't even get a chance to talk about it at the time, but holy crap.
That was unfortunate. For who is this team? They won that team fight and they're like, all right, guys, feels pretty good, man. Let's just go in the game. And so it turns out the game ended in a way they did not anticipate. Now, actually, I think I'll be able to pull this up in a replay scenario, in a replay thing.
Yep. Oh, splash damage from the core. Splash damage from the core. All 4 members are taking splash damage from the core. Oh my god. They took splash damage the entire time. All 4 of them took splash damage the entire time.
And
Oh my
ouch.
god. That ouch. Me go face.
Night Savior in the chat probably said it best. Not like this.
Not like this.
No, I mean, if I'm Who Is This Team, I don't feel too bad about that because in a lot of ways they effectively won the game, which should give them. It's an asterisk, sure, but I would say they lost that game more than Team Numerics won it. So, not that Team Numerics played bad by any stretch of the imagination. Like it was a great game. It was very well balanced throughout. Team Numerics just seized the opportunities afforded them. But if Uther didn't eat those tower shots, Who Is This Team would have won game 1.
I believe.
So if I'm Who Is This Team, it's like, all right, you guys got one on us this game, but we're gonna come back fired up for game 2. It's not like they got crushed and it was just like, I don't know what we're supposed to do for game 2, guys. We just kind of got like stepped on. It's like, oh no, we just messed up. So they can adjust. They can come back, force out game 3.
Oh, I think if there was ever a time we're gonna see a game 3, there's a very distinct possibility of it here. Yeah. Oh god, I'm watching back the replay of the replay.
Replayception.
Replay. Cheesy Deezy tried. He tried so hard.
Like, look, even the top tower turned. Even the top tower came in and was just like, hi, Cheesy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 shots that all 4 members took from the core.
They did it about as bad as it could like worst case scenario. They ended up taking worst case Ontario. Casting with you Canadian guys.
Oh yeah, bud.
Oh yeah, bud.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was pretty much worst case Ontario. Every potential shot they could take, they did. It just feels bad, but we have heard from our good old fashioned argue. Team Numerics have picked Towers of Doom. They want to go back there. They want to reinvigorate that smork life. Who Is This Team chose first pick. They were like, take us to the battleground of your choosing because we just want our draft the way we want it to be. Man,
It's pretty solid.
I like that choice from Who Is This Team.
Yeah.
But it being Towers of Doom is pretty interesting because Who Is This Team won that team fight at the end. And like I said, it's an asterisk, but they kind of won game 1. So they could have just, they just went over to go in the game and hit the core, but they can't do that on Towers of Doom. So if anything, that shores up some potential liabilities here for Team Numerics. It's like, hey, if you wipe us, if you get 4 of us at the end of the game, go ahead and rush the core. Like, what are you gonna do? This is Towers of Doom, buddy.
Yeah, it's bit of a comedy of errors at the end there. Really solid play though, from both squads at different points in that game.
I think it was more a discus throw.
Yeah,
it definitely seemed like they did 2 or 3 full rotations and really built that momentum up and just was like, just chuck that bad boy. It was a good 50 yards. A good 50 yards.
It was a solid offering. It was like wind it up, do a little spin, just whip the thing,
and just like as you say, just give her.
Just give her. Just give her.
I know what we could do, guys. I know what we could do.
Could we give her?
We can make this series real interesting.
Real interesting.
Wrap
Yeah.
game one up in a little bow.
It's like, you know what you guys need? A gift. I'm gonna give you a present. It's your birthday.
Step
It's not
one.
to shut up and take it.
Step one, cut a hole in the box.
Step two, put a head in the box. Step three, what's in the box?
Make them open the box.
What's in the box?
But we are in the lobby here for Towers of Doom.
Oh,
It
we
is
are.
going to be Who Is This Team on the left again. Got the members of Team Numerics piling in now. Edward Torres says, I'm shy. Please be gentle. I'd ask for context, but I'm not sure I want it.
Please be gentle, says Edward Torres. At least you gotta grow.
Diesel475 said the reason they were grouped under the core was Prog Rock ETC with attack cooldown at 16. Well,
as much as that's the case, I don't think it's more health than 14 core shots.
I get it. And yet. And yet. Everyone ready? We're ready.
Yeah.
If anything, staying grouped gave them more health.
I don't think that's true. Gonna be honest.
I'm no shoot from the hip mathematician.
But 14 core shots.
I gotta feel like 14 core
Yeah.
shots are gonna be more than. Could be wrong.
Could be wrong.
Could be wrong.
Don't think I'm wrong. Could be wrong. Someone wants to math that out real quick. Be my guest. Would
I
love
mean-
to be shown to be incorrect, but
The true calamity of all that was Uther hitting every branch on the way down.
he ran in first. I saw him running first, and then they didn't kill the tower, so he was slowed. And then I think I hit the fort too, because he went in first through small wall, and then he got slowed, and then he tried to go back and took more tower shots that they never killed.
Yeah, it was.
I felt real bad, because I've been in his shoes. I've been in his shoes.
It was just tough. It was just tough, man. I like you're so eager to go in on the core. Like if he just hung back a split second and allowed someone else to eat the tower shots, that's another Q from Uther. That's another W from Uther. That's armor. That's a potential stun on Illidan. It's just,
actually,
it's
Illidan
just tough.
got mad value. He was allowed
yeah.
to just play in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. But Towers of Doom is our next map. Abathur once again is the ban here.
Abathur's gonna be the first ban. No shenanigans with the double goo goo or anything like that. Ban now lined up for the members of Team Numerics. Now they look on the other side of that. Who is super huge and impactful? I gotta feel like Illidan comes into the conversation. I don't know if they want to ban him out right at the beginning, but well, they had Illidan last game. They might want Illidan for themselves. They're like, hey, Illidan on Uther's face was pretty decent at core.
Pretty decent. Pretty decent. So that was the back and forth game. Like I think if they're wise, they'll look at that and know, guys, we kind of got through there by the skin of our teeth. So we need to make sure that we're not overcommitting on dog bites.
Yep, there's always hope. Ara's going
always
to be the
hope.
first pick. Question becomes less about who is going to be first picked. What value Ara brings to the table is about who is Ara going to be enabled by. Lunara's out there. Vala's out there. Both strong options. Can't take them both if you're inside a Team Numerics. So if you first pick Ariel, you're on your way to having a pretty solid comp.
I would agree. I mean, Ariel is just so strong. She's my favorite support right now, just in terms of numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many good options here left. I mean, the 1-2 position, what you can deny and select here. Like you could pick up the tasks yourself and the Vala if you wanted to, deny a couple of the big Ariel targets, but then also get a good combination for yourself. Like there's so many good routes you can go to Haka. I think with how well he's been played in these last few games, very rightfully so, and that's exactly what they do.
There you go. I think that's sensational. I mean, Vala Tassadar, even with like, it's just strong. Even with other supports, you don't need Ariel to really make that synergy work. Taking that away from who is his team is big, especially since they already have Ariel, and you help yourself out with that as well. On this particular battleground, Tassadar and Vala can do work. The Psy Storm is an interrupt. Vala has a good amount of poke options themselves, so there's a lot to be had and said for this composition.
Yeah, I would agree. Both these teams have shown a very comfortable grasp of the current meta. Obviously, with all the events that have just happened, you have great opportunities to see what the East and the West are doing. Like what L5 and Fnatic are doing gives you a lot of clues as to what some of the best options are. Obviously, Fnatic does their own thing. They do it better than basically anyone, but still. Whoa, there's stitches. Okay. Oh boy, that is classic EU double support. Uther Ariel. That's a butt ton of sustain.
So the number who is this team is really worried about is just 0. Like they never want to die. Uther Ariel Stitches. Stitches is already thick with 2 C's.
Yeah, he is.
You put Crystal Aegis, Divine Shield in there with that. Rip in peace. Well, actually,
Probably
not
Divine
Rip in
Storm.
peace.
Yeah, the opposite of Rip in Peace.
Now, Invariant question for you: if you're who is this team for your second ban, do you take Illidan off the board?
I think so. Or yeah, I feel like the supports, or I take Stukov off again.
Ooh.
Just with his versatility here, I feel like I take Stukov off. If I lose this scene.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I agree. I almost forgot about old Stewie because it's hard to hit Divine Shield or Crystal Aegis if you're silenced. It's real hard to do. I've tried it. I've been there.
Been there. I pressed the buttons. They just didn't work. They
Ended
ripped
up-
out my R key.
Yep. Ended up waiting to respawn. Trying to figure out. I'm just sitting there trying to figure out what happened. And it is gonna be the Stukov ban. Now, what's really cool about this is if you think about like, you know, the 4D chess aspect of it, you first pick Ariel, so then you potentially force the Vala Tassadar. That buys you a pathway to ban out Stukov as well. It's a domino effect all off of the Ariel pick, because if they went with Stukov in the first 2 picks, then they would have gotten either Tassadar or Vala. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this sort of opens up the back end in terms of what they knowingly have to deal with. Volatas is just gonna always be good, though. It's just always gonna be good. So, I mean, just throw another Rhaegar with that, or even go Mouth in this instance, I think wouldn't be awful. Twilight Dream can do a lot here if you want to just bring that silence. I think Uther's probably going to go Divine Storm, so if you can deny that as he comes in. But he can also deny you if he gets the stun off. So, no, it is the Rhaegar, though, and the Leoric.
Oh.
Great soul laner, great into Stitches, good into Uther.
Oh. I wasn't even thinking about Leoric.
I don't hate it.
Well, also consider what mobility do they really have so far? Like, Ariel could Detainment Strike Leoric after the Entomb drops, but... Right, like, it's just...
Silence, yeah. I mean, he can put down his own, he can put down the Entomb, and Ariel can Detainment Strike people into it, I guess.
Yeah, there is that. There's definitely that, but I'm really impressed with this Leoric pick. The more I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think
No, I like it too, actually. Yeah.
Depending on who these last 2 heroes are, Arthas is still floating out there. I mean, you're turning it into the Vala show at that point.
It is time.
Zoo.
There is only Zoo.
Goldariel? Okay.
This just got spicy.
the wave clear. Oh my god. Horrify's gonna be huge here.
I mean, that's more than wave clear. That's like wave vanish.
Yeah.
The wave just goes.
Yeah.
It's really putting a lot of onus on Team Numerics to get the takedowns when they engage. Because if they make any sort of heavy rotation at all and they don't get the takedown, huh?
Okay. It's Fat Illidan, boys and girls.
My face right now.
I feel like that was a, I think we lost this draft. Screw it!
I need to be sold on his chin. Like, I need like I need Team Numerics to send the used car salesman out here and just really pitch the merits of this chin pick.
I need a
don't get it.
boardroom. I need PowerPoint. I need a strong cup of coffee. And
I need
and a
to spell
slight
that.
bribe.
This could
Oh
hurt.
man.
This could
Yeah.
leave a mark. But we'll see. Game 2, potentially the last of the night. Well, no. Well, yeah, potentially the last of the night.
Potentially the last one, yeah.
On the left-hand side, we're going to have Who Is This Team? Fats is on Golden, Leamsters is on Zool. She's in Deezy. Playing Uther Sirius will be rather serious on Stitches, and Edward Torres is playing Ari.
10 seconds.
Yes, indeed. On the other side, in the red trunks, we have Team Numerics. Caesar Salad on Rhaegar, Flyest Raven on the Orc. Then, once again on Vala, Juggernaut on Tast, and Fiesta on Chen.
Fight.
Wow. Okay. Let's do this. I'm ready. My body is ready.
Because it's like, there are enough chin interrupts
Yeah.
to where it's not like you look on the, oh, nice hook from downtown. It's going to find Tastadar, force out the early dimensional shift. There's the root in on Chin. Flyest Raven steps forward. Edward Source enjoying a full hope bar. Burger King crown on Golden. But the poke and sustain will be here for Who Is This Team?
I mean, on paper, my gut instinct is to go with the draft of Who Is This Team. Just for the amount of wave clear, the amount of versatility, Ariel, the double support, that works really well. But at the same time, with how well this has been, oh, then you found some friends. With how well this has been played back and forth, I'm honestly 100% not sure, especially with Edward Torres missing the entertainments right there. That probably could have been a takedown. The Chen is really the X factor for this draft for me right now.
I'm still trying to get my head around this Chin pick. I mean, Wandering Keg, I honestly don't know. I couldn't even theorize right now on Baron, but there's the hook bringing Flyest Raven back in. Doesn't have Drain Hope just yet, but the pressure's not going to be there and will allow Flyest Raven to escape.
Yeah, he's just like, well, I'm in a bit of a weird spot. That's fine. Chen's just going to, spiral into increasing alcoholism. It's totally okay. But overall, no, he's making Zool ineffective. He's not allowing Zool to do what he wants, which is split soak 2 lanes and be valuable in terms of macro potential. Fazda, honestly, his play too, oh my god, it's really impressive.
He's getting work done. I mean, that is absolutely true.
Leo?
Leamsters? Drain Hope, 50 health, dead. Necromancer is going to be first to fall, first blood. There's the long range hook again on Tassadar. Juggernaut's like, I'm tired of having to hit my EQ with these hooks, man. Watch out. But
Seriously, these hooks are on point. I don't think he's missed one yet this game.
he's batting well over 750 at least.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take your word for it.
It's a baseball thing.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know.
Oh, maybe if I drop like a curling reference.
It was close to the
Yeah.
He's buttons? Something with rocks. I'm a
I
bad
don't know.
Canadian.
I was about to say, man.
I'm a bad Canadian.
About curling,
Sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. I've never even been to curling live. And on side notes, Leamsters once again has found the opposing move in the top lane. Fries Raven with solid rotations here. Amount of wave clear can also be undervalued here for the side of Team Numerics as they are going with a hard invade here. Caesar Salad once again. The fight dog is real with the shield. The back one needs to be careful. Those stuns are coming in serious on the flank as well as found them. The hook comes in, connects. Caesar Salad's in our position. Will he have the shield coming up for Juggernaut? Yes, he will figure out himself in the spot. Has the dimensional shift. I think he can get himself out. Finn, though, he's the new target. Wow.
They tried to invade and they ended up taking one on the chin for it. They don't lose any heroes, but the point has definitely been made. Slight experience lead in favor of Team Numerics. And I think we're starting to see some of the merits of having Chin in this composition. There isn't a ton of burst to really worry about. Vin steps up and almost takes Edward Torres out, but the Angel is going to be able to get out of there. Chin has been able to sustain and be a nuisance thus far, so maybe they're proving me wrong in this Chin pick, because I'm still not sold.
I mean, I'm liking it more and more. He is being rotated on right now, so let's see how he does here up against this 2v. He's actually just deciding to full man mode, and I think that's totally great, especially once the Orc joins this fray here. This is where you're going to see Flyest Raven just get a whole lot of value. Watch how hard Sirius gets chunked from this Strain Hope, and all fast it has to do is press D. What just got hooked there?
What did just get hooked there? I don't know. I guess that's what it was. That's an interaction.
That was a weird interaction. Yeah. I don't see that very often.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. But Drunk Illidan will sustain. Shout out to Silent Planet TV in the chat. Hey, man, gotta keep it, you know?
Gotta keep it light. Gotta keep it light. Level 7 reach for both teams, but this is gonna be a scrap, Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to give us a lot of insight to how the mid-game is going to go at the very least. Chin is going to apply some pressure to Sirius. Edward Torres is going to get that hope bar filled up. Flyest Raven uses the E to get the heck out of dodge. Caesar Salad brought to the forefront. They're looking to eat healthy, but he is going to be able to get out of there. Faster. Chin gets targeted. There's a heavy collapse. They want Chin for real. The shield does go out. There's the root as well. You said it was going to be a scrap, but the Tainment Strike body checks Flyest Raven into the boards, and he's a ghost.
All right, that fight was summed up as Ariel is OP. Because they took so much damage, but they just stood clumped, and as much as they were taking it, Edward Jones just kept pressing the buttons. So did Fats. They just infinitely sustained through that. That was absolutely huge. I mean, Leoric took all the initial brunt, but they just couldn't capitalize. So both of these teams kind of like wet noodle fights across the board right now.
I'm looking at the stats right now. So Ariel already 5.5 minutes in the game has 23,000 healing.
I bet there was 7,000 just on that last fight.
I wouldn't be surprised or shocked at all. I mean, if that was any other hero in that slot, we might be having a very different conversation right now. But experience still is going to favor the members of Team Numerics. They definitely have some merits, and another nice detainment strike from Edward Torres. They got to worry about this pressure down bottom.
Yeah, but Flyest Raven's going to start hitting harder and harder as this game goes on. Ooh, the hook from Sirius. I feel like that's one of the first ones he's missed all game. They are pushing, and I like this aggression. Caesar Salad actually conserving his mana bar pretty well here, as his crew is able to get pretty good value with Juggernaut as well. Oh, what was that detainment strike? Edward Torres. Full trigonometry mode right now. Pythagorean would be proud. Pythagoras would be proud.
Insert math calculating gif here, because I'm sure
Yes,
Vin was like, what did I just get stunned on? Okay. But Liam Stirs is going to get cyber bullied in the mid lane. I don't see him getting out of here. The Necromancer goes down.
Oh, nice dodges. Nice dodge, too. Oh, but the cleanse, though, denying the barrel. Level 10 still not reached, putting him into the wall. Oh, that is the Entomb as well. Flyest Raven's getting very low. Nicely done here. The damage coming in from Taskar, huge as well as massive. The shields. Flyest Raven surviving way too long. Trait value hashtags for days.
Woo! Flyest Raven has to feel pretty good about that. He threw that Entomb down, and I'm going to go again with the sports ball memes. Said, batter up. Pretty much was Yankee Stadium, because that swipe on Ariel definitely closed the Angel out. And that's going to be 2 altars being snapped up, changing the deficit to an 8-point advantage in favor of Team Numerics.
Oof, very nice there from them. Rocking this full level lead now. Macroing up like a champ. Definitely liking what they're putting together here. Utilizing that slight timing window they have with those heroics. It's like, well, we've got a barrel on one side and 2 on the other, a strafe on the other. Coming to the meat grinder. That's really what that fight was. The shields, honestly, from Juggernaut, though, were massive during that fight.
Crisp, on point, well-timed, and enabled his team to certain success. In the top lane, fast and fast, he'll be able to take this Sapper camp if left to his own devices, as he seems like he will be. Flyest Raven's going to sustain, be able to Wraith Walk on out of there. Sapper camps will collide in the bot lane. One gets cleared out. we could see who is this team try to press their advantage down bottom and then front, but nope, they're going to rotate up towards me.
Yes, indeed. Level 13 though is around the corner, and these two last talent tiers, actually for both squads, are pretty solid. Especially the build that Ariel's going right now. She's able to dish out all this healing. Once she gives Gul'dan that additional ability damage, it starts to get real scary to deal with. That being said, Leoric is going to start getting harder and harder, and Chen always becomes a nuisance the way that this game goes on. Win is being pulled in, sorry, Vin is being pulled in for the win. Juggernaut taking a lot of damage to start this off. But seriously, just be careful. There's the Horrify though, Lauren.
There is the Horrify. Ancestral Healing will be there from Caesar Salad. Juggernaut's low on health. The Strafe's going to help Vin get out of there for the disengage. But Zul again finds himself waiting to respawn. Fast did it. He's up here like, I did this. Feeling pretty good.
Just found it on the internet. No, I did this. Caesar Salad needs to be careful. If he gets cooked, he gets shut down at all here.
Whew. Here comes the Archon. They're really looking to put the screws to the members of Who Is This Team. Flyers Raven will be back after these messages. Gonna hit the drain. Hope on a serious get back. There's the Wandering Keg. It's gonna send Stitches out of there. Divine Shield on Edward Taurus. Do that Crystal Aegis up as well. They're not even gonna bother using it on Sirius. Don't take it personally, kid, but that's gonna be another altar going over to the way of Team Numerics.
Yeah, and Entomb just came up to watch Fly's Raven the second this gate goes down to potentially drop something here. Edward Taurus steps up too forward, and there they're going for it. That is a nice Crystal Aegis, though. Can the rest of the team capitalize? No, they're just spending a lot of resources to it, and Fast actually having to get stuff out of their Fly's Raven, though, as committed to getting as much trade value as possible this game, though. But really nicely done there from them. Azul, though, is doing exactly what he's supposed to be. Split soaking 2 lanes, getting massive value during this. He's keeping them in this game a lot right now with his mid-game. With the support, split soak, really nicely done.
I'm really impressed with this Chin pick so far, and I'm really surprised at the build. I thought we would see either... I thought we'd see the ability damage reduction, to be honest, the shut down the Gul'dan, but no, they went for Accumulating Flame. They're looking to do damage, and they're not they're not doing too shabby. I mean, 25 hero damage is more than Zul, it's more than Stitches, so it's adding value.
He definitely is, and he's calling attention to places where it's sort of like it's sleight of hand, it's misdirection, miscommunication. He's getting in there, he's causing to say, oh crap, kill the Chen, and meanwhile Val's just like attack, and she's the one low-key doing the damage. But Fasta, he's being the threat.
It seems like Who Is This Team are gonna start to shift gears. They're looking to avoid the flat-out team fight, and remember, like, oh, actually, we have a wave clear for days. So we're just gonna go ahead and take this bottom tower. There's the Horrify.
That is actually a big deal. That is 73 seconds without that, and with the next altars, it's a trip altar spawn in 12 seconds. This could actually be huge. They need to be careful, but Chen has found himself on the wrong end of town. He can dash himself out, but he's still in a rough spot. There's one stun. He's popping the keg, but he's in a terrible position right now. He's trying to get the friends. He's found it, but those are two kind of erroneous heroics burned there, Lauren.
Yeah, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's only a minute cooldown. Chin was able to buy a lot of time. Caesar Salad would actually be able to steal that away with no qualms about it. Flyers Raven almost was able to snatch away the top left one as well, so there's some value to be had. But Liamsters will be able to channel this and get 5 points on the core. There's the hook, drawing him in. Flyers Raven finds himself the brand new recipient of a detainment strike from Ariel. That's going to be another time he vanishes off the map.
Yes, indeed. And despite the fact that they're down 2 levels, they're up a bell tower and only down 2-4 health. So taking that without 16 and then getting a lot of value out of it, this is huge. And that is a lot of CC going in onto the Chen. He's trying his best here. Here comes the Archon. The splash damage is massive. Entertainment strength. They're trying to get Chen out of this. He doesn't have the sustainability. There it is, though. And the beautiful ancestral really once again with the heals coming in from Ariel are not enough this time. They'll Horrify. Will not be enough to sustain them through this, and those are the takedowns raining in. Oh, Lord, what a bloodbath.
Dude, I'm sitting here with my jaw slack. That was a 4v5. The Entomb came back. Flash Raven was like, actually, surprise, mother. Comes back with the Entomb, locks them all in. There's the strafe. There's the beatdown. That is a full-service ace. All 5 members gone. All the momentum. Who is this team had? Where is it now?
It's flushed down the drain. That was an example of Gul'dan just... They were able to do it earlier. They all stacked up. They could take the damage because they could heal through it, but they've now reached the point where they just can't heal through it.
Well-
And it's the critical mass. It's literally just critical mass.
It's like they forgot two things. They forgot what Leoric's trait was, and they forgot that they were down a tier. There's another Entomb already back. Leamster's gonna get cucked by the wall. There's a nice hook on Fly as Raven brings him in. He doesn't have Wraith Walk right now. He's a ghost once more. Who is this team? They're playing like they're mad about game one.
Flyest Raven just went clutch in more ways than one. Not only was that Entomb excellent, he then intentionally positioned himself between the Vala and the Stitches so that the hook wouldn't land. Because look at how soon he's back up now. I said trait value kind of as a joke, ironically, earlier, but no, really. His death timer versus Vala's, the fact that he sacrificed himself there was massive. He's almost back up. I mean, he is back up in a terrible spot, actually.
Yeah, he might be getting some more trait value at this rate. He does juke the hook, though, so no more full-on 100% accuracy there. Nice clap from Ariel. There's the Wandering Keg for the displacement. Zul spreads the cooties, lowers the health bar. Flies Raven on the flank. Chen hanging out front. Ariel will be first to fall. Fast and faster when Chen starts to back away. There's the hook, though. 2 for 2 so far. Make that 3 for 2 in favor of Team Numerics. They turn their attention towards Vin. Can they take down a Demon Hunter? They're getting a boatload of damage, but it costs them big. They lose everybody. They've betted all on the Vala takedown and lose.
Yep, that was massive. And now, very smartly, they're saying, okay, that's fine. Let's take down this fort as well. Let's get additional value here. I'm just literally not sure if they have the hit points to do it, though.
Yeah, they might want to just take what they got and be happy with it.
No, they can do it.
Well,
It's
now
gonna
the minion waves here. The minion waves
actually,
here.
it's 2 seconds for Ariel. She can go through the portal. They need to time this out. Okay, that was smart.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. At that point, you committed. Just do it. Just commit all the way. Actually, they could have, I think.
I agree. Well, I mean, this game is definitely starting to get away from the members of Who Is This Team. I mean, they've been getting some takedowns here and there, but you look at the top part of the screen, it's 20 to almost 17. 18 takedowns to only 7. This Chin pick, this Wandering Keg, this Leorki, it's working out, man.
2 unconventional warrior picks that are working out wonderfully. I mean, they have seen play, but in this tandem, picking 2 warriors with no CC, they literally have 0 hard CC. They don't have a stun.
Well, I mean, there's 2 really smart layers of that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. There's a nice hook. The early ancestral healing, the panic gesture, that could have an impact. Leamsters finds himself in the cocoon. There's the Crystal Aegis. Cheesy Deezy low and up. Wandering Keg for the displacement, getting some value. Zul will go down first. Uther turns into a ghost as well. Can sustain his team for the moment. Chin is alive somehow out of all that. Tassadar goes down.
Yeah, that Dark Archon, though, was doing work! Sustainability's not quite enough. A Sirius is going to drop here. But, man, they have gone so far. What beautiful engage. The level 20 Storm Talents made the difference. That Storm Shield got maximum value. That was absolutely huge. And that wasn't early. I think he expected Vala's health to just, disappear, but it was actually all through a shield. You see just how it effectively healed. Nothing with that. But that is going to be every single bell tower going their way. And that is going to be the final altar. That is going to be GG. It looks like our friends over at Team Numerics, we followed them all night long, and they delivered. That is going to be GG. That is going to be a phenomenal night for them. Undefeated in the HeroesHype Amateur Series number 81. Haloran, what a great night of games.
What a great night of games indeed. If I'm Who Is This Team, I'm still sitting here casually scratching my head trying to figure out what just happened. I mean, one thing that I was about to say for that last team fight kicked off is that there's a lot of potential value out of shutting down the Uther by not having a bunch of stuns. It's like, all right, guys, I'm going to take Uther early on, but look at Guardian Ancient Kings. It'll be great. Oh, wait, they don't have any stuns, so... Oh, all right, but that's cool because we'll just hit him with all our burst damage and kill him, and it'll be great. Oh, wait, we only have Gul'dan and Zul. And oh, their warriors deal with sustained damage really well. Really well. And they have Ariel Tassadar. GG's, boys.
Honestly, it was just a great series of counter picks, denying the value that Uther's going to get from his trait, denying the Ancient Kings, and then really just harassing. And again, it was really sleight of hand. It all came down to like, watch the Chen, watch the Chen, watch the Chen. Hey, Vala's killing you while all this is happening. And obviously the barrel causing huge disruption throughout all that. Really, really solid all around. So it's just a solid night of games, dude. Just really impressive play from both squads, but in the end,
I stand firmly corrected. Looking back on it in hindsight, the Leoric Chin picks, sensational, a ton of value. Cause in Verum, when I saw that Chin pick locked in, I was just like, I'm ready for game 3. I'm ready for game 3. But we have
honestly, I thought if we were gonna see one, it would be these two teams. But in the end, nah, momentum was rolling.
Well played. But we do have a member of Team Numerics, Caesar Salad. We've been complimenting him and his play all night. We do have him here ready to chat with us, bringing him in. Caesar Salad, congratulations on your victories tonight. You guys played a heck of a series of games. How does it feel?
Feels good. Yeah, it feels good. Feels good to win. We lost in the first round last week, so.
Oh, wow. The resurgence, to say the very least.
That's a momentum shift if I've ever seen one. Yeah.
We saw you featured on a variety of heroes. You put Stu Caldwell on the map. You changed the game up with Ariel. Had a lot of impact there. Rhaegar also seems to be a hero you're very comfortable on. How long have you been playing support, man? It seems like you bring a lot to the table in that capacity.
I just started this season, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, last season I just kind of played whatever. I had like a pretty much equal split between tanks, supports, assassins.
That's surprising, man.
Yeah,
I guess so. You definitely were able to make some plays there. You definitely impressed our friend in Verum here. He's a support main, so you get his approval. You're doing something right.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, seriously, dude, great series of games for you guys tonight. I'm curious, for those who may not be totally familiar with the team, how long has this roster been around? How did you guys form? And obviously, you guys are excited after coming off this win, but like, what are your plans for the future?
So, I've been trying to like get a team together for about a month, I think. But for the roster we have now, maybe 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then, obviously, want to be with the big boys.
Well, I mean, I wish you guys had formed up sooner, because if you guys showed up in the open division more often, you could be up there in that conversation. To be together for only 2 weeks, to try to form together a team for a month, you're definitely some new blood in the scene that's definitely going to shake things up. Gotta feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, it feels good for sure.
My next question for you, walk us through the conversation leading up to the Chin pick.
Chen pick. So pretty much our tank was just like, guys, if I pick Chen, we win. I'll carry you guys.
Chin,
you guys just shut up. Don't say anything. And we just all shut our mouths and he picked Chen.
Hashtag pick Chin, we win.
Was it a concentrated effort to not draft stuns into the Uther? Was that like a conscious decision you guys were making, or was it just sort of like a happy coincidence? Because you guys literally didn't draft a stun in that last game.
Okay, I didn't think about that at all. It just happened. What did he take at 7?
He took cleanse because there was no value to be had out of Guardian of the Ancient Kings. He had no choice. Yeah, I was impressed because, like I said in the draft, I'm all for being proved wrong. I saw that Chin pick and I was mentally prepared for game number 3. But you guys made that Chin and Leoric look really strong. Those entombs, it just was like a perfect storm because they didn't have any mobility to really escape the entomb. And then Uther didn't have any any ability to get value out of Guardian Ancient Kings, so they just kind of were there. It was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess sort of, you know, to wrap this up, unless Lauren's got any more questions, I guess, you know, what do you have to say to your fans? Like, if you obviously you guys have probably made a bunch of new fans after such a dominant performance tonight. Do you have anything to say to them and the folks out there watching?
Hi fans, if we have any. I doubt we do. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm a huge fan of this HeroesHype tournament. I wish you guys had a lot more backing because I feel like you guys run it really well compared to the HGC Open.
Thanks, man. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, and we just talk about the video games. It all comes down to the effort that goes on behind the scenes. The HeroesHype admins, the staff, their passion for this game is why this looks like the well-oiled machine it is. And in the good old-fashioned argue, you know, they just don't make them like that guy anymore. Everybody behind the scenes, they put in a lot of effort, man. We literally just get to show up and have fun talking about the game. So I'll pass the thanks on to the team. But congratulations, man. Can't wait to see you in future amateur series and beyond, man. Get in the open division. You guys sharpen some things up and keep playing at the level you have. You will have fans sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
Caesar salad. Like I said, I generally like balsamic vinaigrette, but you're making a fan out of me, man. Keep it up.
Favorite salad of the night. Favorite name of the night, hands down. Lots of giggles were had in the casting booth, that's for sure, dude. Thanks for putting on an awesome show for us. Pass on the compliments to your team. Really good play overall from you guys, and excited to see what you guys bring forward in the future.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
You too, man. HeroesHype Amateur Series number 81 completes with an incredible series of games. Again, congratulations to Team Numerics. New kids on the block, man. To only be together for 2 weeks, for Caesar Salad to only be looking to form up a team in the past month. It really speaks to the raw depth of the talent in the amateur scene, man. The next rising star could be happening right here before our very eyes.
It's happened before, man. I'm sure it'll happen again. A lot of the squads and rosters we see now in the HGC have their start here, and for a darn good reason. So if you guys want to get involved, be sure to do so. You know, again, as I said, you guys can sign up, can play, can put a team together. There's free agent slots. If you guys want to subscribe, all that money goes towards the after party at BlizzCon. You guys can donate to the upcoming series, or we'll be able to donate when that gets started. We're in the off season right now, but as that gets started as well, that's going to be exciting. A bunch of great stuff happening there. And of course, give all of your love to the admin team and my co-caster, Halorn, or I should say I'm his co-caster tonight. But give all the love there as well. So, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, man, this has been another incredible night. And very many times we get the cast together, it's always a good time. The truth himself.
Absolutely.
Where can they find you, man?
They can find me on Twitter at Inverum Gaming or on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Inverum. I've been trying to cast a little, or to stream a little bit more, playing a bit of Heroes, playing some PUBG.
We gotta get some more chicken dinners, man.
Oh, dude, we gotta get some more chicken dinners. Oh, folks actually over there doing Heroes Unknown right now. I believe Carrie and Yun are doing that. I think we're gonna send the host over to KO as well. So much great, exciting stuff happening right now. Gotta love it, man. It's been a great night. Thanks so much for having me. Where can the folks find you?
On Twitter at _Halorn and twitch.tv/Halorn. Do a good amount of streaming myself. You can also find me here on HeroesHype often enough. Love hanging out with these guys, man. It's always a good time. But for now, that's it. Wednesday nights, 9 o'clock Eastern, man. This is the place to tune into to see the next big star of the North American amateur scene, which very well could be you. Yes, you, kid in the back. Could be you. But for now, we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, we'll see you around.